All right, players, welcome back to our campaign, The Prince of Pain and the Shadowing Worlds, episode 5. Um, the short title for episode 5 is The Final Test. Um, in a second, I'll let Sharka come bring us back in and tell us what happened last week. One thing I do want to point out for those of you watching on Twitch, again, this is D&D, super nerdy. We love it. Uh, Sharka and Tofu won't be able to respond to you guys like they normally would. They are fully immersed in the game. They will, continue to communicate in chat for anyone that is watching. Um, but definitely wanted to preface that. I forgot to do that last week. So for those of you watching on Twitch, enjoy, sit back, relax, grab a bowl of popcorn. And in the meantime, Sharka, take us away. What happened last week on our adventure into Bayville Mines?
All right, so last week the party was ambushed by wolves and kobolds because someone was eager to make a new friend, and they somewhat easily dispatched the ambush after Traherne shapeshifted for the first time into a huge direwolf. Traherne was able to speak with the new friend, which he named Scar, which was a wolf seemingly taken captive from his family. The party explored the tavern and pressed inward to find Scar's family, which was a female wolf and two pups named Nick and Cut. They were all caged up, and the party was successful at freeing them. And Scar then left to be with his family. The party then discovered the second part of the cavern, which was filled with spiders, and were successful in destroying the spider's nest. However, Traherne did come in contact with a baby phase spider after finding a small, strange ring. The phase spider, named Spindale, seems friendly, and even though he knew the name of Traherne and Traherne's sister, Treya Dreameater, said that they would speak more later after he learns how to communicate with it. The party dove deeper into the cavern to find that Timothy Granger had been killed and revived as an undead zombie, and they found a strange note, a longsword, and some gold and other things seemingly left behind by Timothy. The party decided to rest after finding out this information so that they could recover and possibly further try to find the source of the creatures that are invading Bayville. This was part of the mission that was given to them by Dr. Camille in the town, and if they were also on the hunt for Old Man Pil's golden urn, which referred to in Timothy's note as a possible lamp. So that's basically where we're at. So we were just resting in the cave, and that's where we're picking up today.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah. I believe that was pretty much what we wrote down in regards to what happened last week. There was a lot of battling last week. I think you guys dispatched like over 20 enemies, something close to that. So being some of them, very, very weak spiders, but I mean, to that amount at level 2 was awesome to watch. You guys
Harry
really did well.
Harry tried to dispatch some of his allies.
And almost dispatched each other at the same time. But again, you guys did really well. It was a very big, okay, I'm going to throw you guys into this situation and just go for it. And you guys really dove in there and were successful in at least averting, these major ambushes. One of them, was successful on the enemy side. The second one, you guys really got the jump on it and kind of figured out what was going on. There was two big sections of spiders, and if you were to possibly just walk into it, they may have ambushed you in total. Instead, you guys opted to kind of research, find out what was going on, sneak into the first set, kill those off, and then move into the second set, which I think helped at least keep balance alive. You got pretty low at the end there, but in regards to your role as a tank or at least a heavy plate armor wearing character, you are still up front. You engaged in each situation. I'm very proud of you guys. You guys were able to level up last week, so congratulations. Everyone's level 3. Those of you that, number one, had to attune to something or had something that they wanted to attune to over this long rest, Orpheus, I think you wanted to attune to the book. Traherne, you wanted to attune to the ring. Those things, for those of you that did have something that you wanted to attune to during this long rest, were able to do so successfully. So if I spoke to you offline about some of those things. Let's take us back in. So last week, the party basically set up a little rest area in the last part of the cavern. They were able to find some of the wood that was originally there that was blocking off that entryway. Placed it up, could hear, put that wood up, jammed it in there pretty good, and allowed like a small section of this cave for you guys to rest. I did do rolls to see if anything would happen over the long rest. We had a turn order in regards to who was going to take watch. However, nothing happened at all during your long rest. So everyone will gain the benefits of a long rest. You'll get all your spells back, all your HP, except for Orpheus. Orpheus, I don't think you needed to gain HP. I think you did lose. No, you didn't. You had temporary HP. So anything that you guys get back on a long rest except for Orpheus, you guys will get back. Orpheus, you will get your spells and stuff back because of your short rest. I think
Good
that's what we
question.
discussed. You were going
Is it
to go
is
over.
is it the next morning on the outside? Okay.
So this is 8 hours from when you guys entered. I
So
mean,
it's
you
still
guys
early,
basically
right?
snuck in, went through one particular cavern within about 5 to 10 minutes, then went through another one within about 5 to 10 minutes, did some investigation. So in total, from the time that you entered the cave, it's only been about a half hour,
Okay.
and then another 8 hours later.
So I still have my temporary hit point then.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it disappears the following sunset or sunrise.
Let's see. It's sunset. So
Okay. So, yeah, you would have done it possibly. We'll say it's following day sunset. So right now you can keep them.
okay.
Okay. If you were to do the math, right now it's probably nighttime outside.
Okay.
But it's pretty late. It's probably going to be morning within the next couple of hours, depending on how long you guys take to go through the rest of this cavern, or if you're returning out. We'll come upon that decision once we bring you guys back in. Valence. I need you to roll me 1d2. We're going to see if we're going to return to the group first, or if we're going to return to a different situation. 1 being that we'll return to the group, 2 being that we'll return to a different situation that's about to unfold.
Can I just do /D2?
/ roll space 1d2 in the chat.
Boop. That's not an option.
You can just do
/
R.
roll space 1d2
roll.
or /r 1d2.
1d2. There we go.
Okay, so we're going to be joining you. We're not going to be returning to the group.
Uh-oh.
Valence.
What? It wasn't me.
During your long rest, everything is normal. You're sleeping. However, at the last about 15-20 minutes of your long rest, you are visited.
Bum, bum, bum.
Valence, you have a dream in which the god of death, Cairo, has appeared before you. Everyone can see the picture of Cairo currently on the Roll20.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely looking a little bit more sinister than he normally does. I mean, he's the god of death. He looks badass, right? Just like the depiction that's there. Valence, if you look around, everything is kind of black and white, including yourself, along with this figure of Cairo. Very obvious. You can tell it's the same exact god of death that you've seen before. However, this time when his face was covered, last time his face was covered when he visited you in your dream and on the Isle of Color. This time you can almost see behind the mask or behind the shroud that he currently has, and you can make out that skeletal face as he's peering at you.
Alrighty.
Portal child. Have you thought upon your decision? Pledge yourself to me, and I will show you who you really are. I will help you lead you to the path you seek. They do not call me the gatekeeper of the immortal realm because I idly watch these world's events. I am also tied to your fate. And given that I am tied to your fate, should you accept me as your patron, I can teach you how to wield fate itself. What is your answer?
What'll become of me if I say yes?
So he has his spear across him. He brings it over to the side, rests on it kind of nonchalantly, as if what your question really doesn't matter. He already knows what your answer is going to be, but kind of slyly turns his head towards you and says,
What your answer is won't change who or what you are. What will happen is my intervention will bolster your own powers from within. Your pledge of allegiance won't mean certain death. In contrary, you'll be gaining my assistance. Whereas previously, all actions were on your own.
Well, I'll represent you as your avatar.
Indeed, a wise choice, my new Paladin of Death. I shall awaken some of the power within you that lies dormant. Come, my new Paladin of Death, show me what you've learned.
Balance. You have gained the following things, and you should already have them in your character sheet. I did add the Hand of Fate, so if you would like, you click on Hand of Fate to show everyone in chat. This new power you've obtained. You have the power to basically wield fate. So if you want to read it out to the group to explain, I've already explained it to you. Should you accept this new power that you've unlocked within yourself? Yeah, let's explain to the party how this works and what this is.
The Hand of Fate. Legendary action. The Hand of Fate, once per session at the beginning of a session, roll 1d20. Keep that number and replace any one roll of any one or creature's save, attack, damage, check with this number whenever you choose a reaction or legendary action or bonus action. Once session ends, if you did not use this legendary action, you cannot save it, and it will be replaced with the next session's roll. If you forget to roll for that session, you cannot roll in the middle of the session. This can only be done once per session, and you must choose to use this roll prior to the outcome of this creature's act. Yeah. Should I roll now?
Yes. What you're going to do is you're going to roll a d20 now. For everyone watching at home in this particular session, basically what Wraith has gained is the power of fate. During one time per session, Wraith can take any particular number that is rolled, basically damage roll, attack roll, anything that he sees fit. And before the result is read, so for example, before I say this is a hit, this is a miss, this is a failure of a check, this is a success of a check, it can be done to anyone. He will have the opportunity to replace that number with what he's rolled at the beginning of the session.
That roll is going to work
whether
perfect.
you want to have that. Wraith,
So here's
whatever.
the thing. Here's the thing.
In essence, he can make a good roll bad.
Yeah, I
You can make
also make. Hold on, I can make an enemy good roll bad.
Yeah, you can also make Tofu's back attacks less damage.
Make it
Yeah.
1 a 3.
So, in theory, what this will do is basically, Wraith, you have a free die to replace anything throughout the session, starting from today forward. This particular number you're going to re-roll after your sequence with the God of Death. However, during this sequence, you are now going to go into combat with the God of Death. Also, you do have a second unlock. Something has awoken within your lance. You will notice that you have additional properties to your lance. It is now a full magical weapon, whereas before it was not activated. And you have additional damage to your weapon's roll. Let's witness that damage and hop right into combat.
Yeah. Wait, we get woke up with a surprise.
No, only you.
Only
You're
you, sir.
dead.
So he has to do
Click on your
combat every.
character token and roll initiative. You are fighting the god of death, Cairo.
Just you.
And let me open up Cairo, who is insane and overpowered. Cairo, the god of death, approaches. Comes in to swing at you with a 32. So, would you like to use your Hand of Fate now, or would you like to wait until the damage is rolled?
It depends. This is all a dream, technically, but could be scarring.
I will give you the option this time if you want to see the damage first. By the way, he has a plus 22 to hit. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean...
That's all I hit, basically.
Here is the damage roll.
Fucking death! I mean, yeah, I'll use it now. Might as well.
Okay. Yeah. So Cairo comes in to seemingly take your life. Like, this literally looks like the Grim Reaper is here to take your soul away from you. As a huge scythe comes across. Instead of hitting you, Balance, it passes right through you. As if you were incorporeal. And he brings back his scythe again and says,
My child, this is the power of twisting fate. The hand of fate now lies with you. Use it wisely.
and it is your turn.
After I almost got obliterated.
So Balance, the goal of this is to allow you to now roll your lance to see the properties that have been unlocked. So go ahead and use an attack roll with your lance. Boop. Okay, we're going to say it's a hit. Let's see. Yeah, it actually is a hit.
It is. Well,
no, 23 is actually a hit against him. His armor class was 19. So go ahead and roll me
damn. Dick.
So now you'll see, if you hover over, you're going to see two sets of damage. One being your normal weapons damage, and the second being an added damage roll based on this new unlock on your weapon. You have a true magical weapon at the moment. If you hover over the second number, it tells you what was rolled, so you get an extra d6 of necrotic damage to all weapon attacks that you roll for this weapon.
Okay.
That's OP.
Nice.
Okay, so it's your normal damage like you had before, 1d12 plus strength, and an extra 1d6 of necrotic damage added onto it. And your weapon is now a full magical weapon. Any questions before we end this sequence as the God of Death Cairo disappears before you?
So my roll officially expended for the session?
No.
Okay.
So once you wake from your dream, because that's what this is, you will be able to roll once again, and then from today forward, Wraith, you have to remember yourself. You're going to do your roll, whether you want to do it secretly and PM it to me, or if you want to do it in the game and show everyone the roll, it's up to you. If you want to keep that suspense, you can. I can show you how to do GM rolls so that you can just strictly roll it to me. Again, it's up to you. Make it exciting for the rest of the group when you're going to use your fate to either help them or make an enemy miss or do something crazy. I kind of like the surprise aspect of it, so we can talk about it later. There you go. You already know how to do it.
I fucking totally winged that.
Okay, so that's your number for the rest of the session.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wait, what number did he roll?
He is keeping that a secret.
Oh, that's cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
That's a neat feature.
Yeah. Cool feature. Yeah. He is keeping that a secret. Again, he'll if he wants to play it throughout the session, it's up to him. May not even have an opportunity to do so, but again, Wraith, this is the added bonus of pledging yourself to the God of Death, Kyrie.
I know, like SK here and the others haven't witnessed this, but now that Travis has seen the God of Death, where's the logout button?
Welcome to D&D, sir. Welcome to my session.
There is no logout. There's no logout. You eat this shit.
This is Sword Art Online D&D
Oh
version.
god, it's SAO. Ah!
Pretty much.
The whole time
Alright,
I just
so-
imagine Wraith sliding down a hill like Lil Nas to pledge his allegiance.
Right, so his soul and lap dance the
Come in
devil.
there, come in there full of hair. You're like, hey, daddy.
Daddy. You see my daddy down there? Oh,
Seems you have grown accustomed now to using your power. Yes, good. You'll need it. Valence, I am not a god of evil. I am a god of the ultimate fate, death. Remember, death is not an evil means used to change fate. Death is simply the extinguish of the flame that is fate, like the backside of a flipped coin called life. Use your new powers wisely for the goals you seek. Should you use them unwisely, your flame too shall become extinguished.
And the dream ends.
That's not spooky.
And we bring our camera back to the party. Everyone again will have awoken from their long rest, except for Valence. Valence, you are still asleep.
How's everybody feeling?
Been waiting for you guys to wake up for past 4 hours now.
You guys will notice I did add in like a tent for an area for those of you that do actually sleep, such as Valence and Kahir. Also a small little section on the map for if anyone was cold. This is a pretty damp cave, so you guys have a little bit of a fire here. But yeah. Just basically set up camp that Kahir said he was setting up prior to you guys taking that long rest. So Kahir, probably you're more accustomed to creating a campfire, setting up a tent, getting comfortable, sleeping under the stars, even though you guys are in a cave. So this was Kahir's doing. Thank you, Kahir, for setting up camp for the group. Again, everyone is now awake except for Valence.
Trahern's just finishing up his morning meditation and devotion to his goddess Lifa.
Are you drinking your coffee at the same time?
Yes, drinking some of my coffee.
Cheers.
Just enjoying my morning of peace.
Here, like his sleep. And he looks over at Valence and goes, Valence also like his sleep. Wake up! And he'll smack Valence's shoulder.
Okay. Valence. Everyone, all right. So actually, everyone roll me perception checks as Kahir touches Valence. DC 14, by the way. Okay. Everyone except for Kahir, who very quickly tapped his shoulder and maybe turned to the group as he was laughing, because he's hitting a sleeping man, like he wanted to poke the zombie. Everyone else except for you, Kahir, will now see that Valence is briefly floating and slowly rises to his feet while he's still sleeping, with a thin black-like smoke and necrotic aura surrounding his body. As his feet touch to the floor, the smoke dissipates, and Valence, you're now awake.
Where'd you learn that parlor trick?
What
Do you guys see that?
What are you guys looking at?
Balance for you. You just woke up from a dream and now you're standing underneath his tent.
You next to him. You didn't see it?
Big shiny armor floats.
Yeah, with that black smoke thing coming out him.
I've seen the man fight. He don't float.
For those of you that did roll over 14, you will also notice that there is smoke coming off of Valence's weapon, and his armor looks darker. Valence, for you yourself, if you look down or inspect your weapon, you're going to notice now almost like a wash black tint to your weapon, whereas before everything was super shiny. Yeah, your armor now has almost like a dark wash to it when you look at it in certain lights. It's still as shiny as it was ever, but now you can very much notice this magical property to your weapon. Your armor kind of looks that way as well. You're basically necrotic. You have that necrotic aura around you. Although you may not sense that aura, you can definitely see it in the reflections on your weapon and your armor.
I just kind of look around and I inspect myself, and I walk around the group. I'm like, I'm not sure what you guys are talking about.
I would like to come over to touch his armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to grab his hand before he even touches me.
Roll me a sleight of hand check, or
Me?
athletics if you're
Oh.
proficient in athletics.
Me?
Yes, if you're actively trying to stop him. Let's see, Orpheus, are you allowing him to just grab your arm, or you really want to try and touch his armor before his arm grabs you?
I really want to try to touch it.
Roll me a sleight of hand to see if you can get around his grasp and touch his armor.
Never mind.
I break his wrist. I'm just kidding.
Do you guys say anything to each other as you guys are
I
now
would say,
right here?
ouch. I just want to touch your armor a little bit.
Yeah, at this
It look
moment,
cool.
Balance, you would probably, like, Orpheus is coming over, and you probably just now noticed your armor as you grabbed him.
Yeah.
Probably look down at it.
Well, yeah, because I grabbed my spear's probably in my right hand, so I probably grabbed him in my left. I'm just gonna kind of look over my armor and look down at my spear. I'm like, you probably shouldn't touch people when they don't want to be touched. Didn't your mother ever teach you that?
She dead.
Is that because you touched her?
I just walk away. When he mentioned my mom, I just walk away.
Wow, revelations here.
Are you children done playing your little games?
Yeah, what is everyone else doing? Kahira, are you packing up the camp? Getting ready
Yeah,
to...
I'll start
you know.
like rolling up his hide bag and get out his rations for the morning.
Just because I saw the smoke and everything, I very curious about magic, especially magic I don't know. So I walked over and I just rolled an Arcana to see if I can identify.
Yeah,
anything.
do you wield any necrotic damage from your character? I don't know if you have any spells that do any type of necrotic damage.
Opposite of necrotic, I think. All his stuff, I think, is radiant.
Well, it depends. Does he know the inflict wounds spell?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you have something, right?
Let me just double check, but I don't believe so.
Oh, you have Ray of Frost, Sacred Flame.
No, I don't.
No. Yeah, so, I mean, you can roll an Arcana check. You won't know exactly what is happening, so you did roll an Arcana check.
Yep.
One thing you will notice, you have no idea about his armor or the smoke itself. One thing you will notice is that, and anyone can, I mean, it's very obvious that his weapon has changed a little bit. Even the shape of it, Balance, you'll also notice, it's changed its shape a little bit. The serrations at the top have protruded down further a little bit. Definitely looks a little bit more sinister than it did before, whereas before it was more of like just a lance that you would, use in combat, and something that was passed on throughout your family that didn't look so badass. Now it actually looks freaking badass. It is changing its shape as it's become its magical properties. Its properties have been unlocked. Whatever wards were on it, you don't know. But at the moment, Thorin, for sure, His weapon has changed. You've seen it before in combat. It definitely has a new tint to it, and possibly magical. You've studied magical weapons before. You actually are in possession of one. Although you're not too sure exactly what your own weapon is like. It doesn't have any magic damage, but it is a magical weapon in its right. That at least you were told it is a magical weapon when it was passed on to you. But in regards to Valance, his kind of looks a little bit different. Something has definitely happened, at least with his weapon. What exactly has happened, you're not too sure. But yeah, this would be very interesting to you. Probably more so of like, oh, that's pretty cool, rather than
Like just
oh,
inquisitive.
this
I'm
is
like just
evil
looking
or
at like
sinister. Yeah,
it's different, it's new, and it's something I'm trying to get my fingers on.
yeah. Again, you being a person who actually went to, went and studied magics, this would be kind of cool to you. This would be very interesting. So Kahir, you're packing up the camp as they're speaking, correct?
Correct. And I'm digging into my rations.
Yeah. So I'm gonna delete that. Oops. And of course I delete the whole map.
And we all fall through the floor. This is now a
We done.
BioWare game.
That's what you get for trying to touch my armor.
Yeah, guys.
Sorry, guys. Me pack up too much. I'll put it back.
Not me.
This
put
episode-
the floor back.
This episode of D&D brought to you by BioWare.
Ah!
Yeah, I clicked on the wrong.
Me not know own strengths. Sorry.
So I will bring you guys back to here, and we could just RP the rest of that particular cavern. Again, you guys pretty much cleared out the cavern. There's nothing remaining. The only thing that is remaining is the wood that Kahir put up.
So
You guys have looted out everything that was here. You guys didn't hear any sounds throughout the night. It was quiet as ever. Again, you guys didn't even hear any bats, although when you guys do move past the north again to either continue going north or go south, depending on what you guys decide. If you're going to continue further into the cavern, I'll give you guys some more information. But again, at the moment, you guys just have the section that you guys were in. The north will be proceeding forward into the cavern further, or moving backwards. You guys can proceed back out of the cavern if you would like to return to the town, give them any of the information. You can do that. It will be, another half day's travel in the dark, and the only piece of information that you got is that Timothy is dead, and you did recover some of his, things. You got his sword, and you got some of the flesh from his rotting corpse.
So I turn to say to the group and I say I saw the cavern up north and I really want to look for the lamp that the lantern that Timothy on his note before his death. Do you guys want to explore further in the cavern up north? I know the way.
Yeah.
Well, we not get earned for old men, so I said we continue on.
Yeah,
I'm well
so
rested.
it does ring
Let's go.
strange that it was referred to as a lamp in the letter, but Old Man Pilt definitely said earned to you guys. Are they both the same? I think, yeah, you guys can discuss or give your own thoughts to that, but at the moment, Orpheus, you inspect the letter again just to see maybe if you read it wrong. It definitely said lamp.
Yeah, it said lamp on here.
He even said that fucking old man said that there was a lamp in here. Maybe referring to Old Man Pilt? I can share the note again. You guys should all have it in your handout if you would like to read it as well. Let me know. I'll share it again just so you guys have it handy. But yeah, the camp is packed. Here, I'm assuming you're starting to move the board that you put up.
Yep. Take it down.
And you guys can decide as a group where you would like to proceed to, if you want to proceed north or move back down south to try and retreat and exit the cave.
So do you get any objection? We should move north.
Let's go
I
north.
agree.
I
Let's
think
go.
we should continue north.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
And then Orpheus started
Yeah.
working out first.
As you guys approach the north, Traherne, again, that same sensation that you received before, where you were passing through there as a direwolf. You had smelled that particular section, and again identified that there was really no creatures there. You did feel a much stronger wind. You did some perception checks. You heard some dripping of water. Possibly, I think Orpheus, you also looked and saw a big cavern. I think you were the one
I
person who actually
yeah.
looked, rather than was just passing through as the team was fighting. I think before you guys went for a long rest, you did do some perception checks to see what was there. It didn't sound like or seem like there was any danger, but there was a big opening to this particular cavern, much bigger ceilings, and a much more open area than the previous two caverns that you guys were going through previous to this section. However, everyone is deciding to move forward, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Bring you onto the map.
South.
When I pinged there, did it scroll you guys automatically down to the bottom?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Add
There is an option for me to do that. I gotta try and figure that out. Where I ping and it'll automatically move everyone over there. Okay, so you guys can proceed.
So I will go first, right?
Can I do a perception check?
Perception, yeah. Start with
I'm
that.
going that far up, and I'm perception checking. Boop. Nope. Apparently I am just all awful today.
Oh my god, I
Perception
roll a
checks.
10.
Alright, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone stop moving. I'll give some information and then you guys can proceed. Traherne. Actually, let's see. DC 5. So everyone will see what's basically on the map. You have a huge cavern in front of you. In the center, there is a huge opening, reminiscent to the first piece of the cavern that you guys went through, where there was a big center hole. This one has a huge crevice across two sets of bridges. You'll see one set on the left, one set on the right. That looks to continue further into the cave, but you guys cannot pass this huge. I guess it's almost like a separation of the two sections to this cave. This huge cavern in the center of this particular map is not crossable unless you guys either cross that bridge or come up with a means to cross that big cavern. As you guys inspect, you'll also notice some more man-made cave-ins throughout this section. Again, very reminiscent of what you saw in the first section of the cave, of manual cave-ins to signify that this particular cavern or piece was already dug out. If you guys are crossing the bridge, just give me a heads up and let me know what you're doing. If you guys want to explore this particular section of the cavern, you guys can go ahead and do so. Again, with these same perception checks, you don't hear or notice anything other than some random bats off in the distance of like anything moving around. Nothing that seems to be hostile, at least at the moment.
Guys, this is a bridge, like literally right here. I can't really see the end of it though. Can I do
Yeah.
like perception check?
Me see
on
one
the
over here
bridge
too.
itself?
Looks like
Well,
a really
expected.
shitty bridge. Both sides, Kahir and Thorin, you guys see basically almost a mirror of each bridge. One of them a little bit shorter, as it looks like it was built on the shorter side of the path, and one that's much longer. However, you will definitely have to do investigation checks to see if this bridge would hold, if you guys would be okay with crossing, anything that you want to inspect on these bridges themselves. If you want to try and perceive and see if these are two separate sections that it lead to, you could do that. Just give me a heads up as to what you're rolling.
Alright.
So I see quite a few different rolls here. Balance, what are you looking at?
Nothing. Apparently, I rolled a 1.
Yeah, the bridge on the left, I mean,
It's a bridge.
it's bridge. If you want to investigate the bridge, you'll have to roll an investigation check.
That's what I meant
Oh.
to do when I was looking at the bridge.
Yeah, I need to do an
And,
investigation.
hey, it's a bridge.
I mean, all right. So you guys, Thorin and Valance, are on the left side. Kahir and Traherne on the right, and Orpheus is in the middle. Is that how we're proceeding at
Yeah.
the moment? Okay.
I would like to pick up a
Give me a
rock.
second. Let me give some
Okay.
responses on the first 2 investigation checks. Traherne and Kahir, if you guys want to roll for the right side, you can. Investigation checks. Balance. Actually, let's start with Thorin, because Thorin rolled first. Thorin, this bridge looks shitty as hell. Probably cannot hold the weight of anyone. Balance. You think a little bit more differently. You think that at least, if you have one person cross, looks pretty sturdy. You would think that even in your heavy armor, you maybe test it with your foot, put some more weight onto it. You do a very good job of investigating this particular bridge and notice that the leftmost bridge is pretty sturdy. If you cross one at a time, you guys should not have a problem.
Okay.
Right side, Traherne and Kahir. Kahir, you want to roll investigation on the right bridge?
Already rolled one. We both did.
Yep.
Oops,
Both of
didn't even roll
you.
the second one.
Yeah. So both of you, and even Kahir, I'll actually take that attack roll. I'm going to show you why. Kahir and Traherne, you both discern that this particular bridge on the right is not stable whatsoever. Kahir, you poke at it with your glaive, because that's what you do, right? You poke at things. You literally poke at it very, very gently, even though it's a 21. I mean, that's just how accurate you are. You really wanted to test the edge of this particular section. The entire bridge collapses.
We can't go this way.
Well, that's an easy decision.
Oh, this way don't look like it's that much more stable.
Yeah, this one looks like we
Hey,
can
here.
probably get one across at a time.
Kahir, come poke this one.
Why you guys doing that? Obviously, just pick a rock and throw it down into that middle thing to see how deep it is.
So my
roll
character
me-
turns to the group and is like, "Yo, so we can go across." I don't say yo. Anyway, we can go. We can go across this bridge one at a time. We should not have more than one go across.
By all means, you can go first then, because I don't trust this bridge at all.
Okay.
Wait, I have an idea. But let Orpheus do his thing first before you start crossing.
Too late. Already on it.
80 seconds.
Yeah,
I
it's
have-
the littlest sounds, but you just make out a little ping at the bottom.
Valens, I have a rope if you
You
want
would
to
think
tie
it's
yourself.
about 800 feet down, Orpheus.
Oh,
Just given maybe like 10 feet per second.
guys,
Yeah.
I think it's really deep.
I want to do an investigation check to see if I can find a boulder sizable enough, or one of these wooden pillars that looks sturdy enough to tie a rope around it. I have a rope in my bag, and I want to see if I can like fasten the rope around our waists as we're crossing it, so if we like fall, it may catch our fall.
Sure. Yeah, you can successfully do that. Roll me a sleight of hand, though, to see how well the knot is. Yeah, pretty good. Let's just say you find a pretty solid piece of rock in the wall that was like kind of chipped out, and pulling on it and pushing on it seemed a lot more sturdy than tying it to this wooden bridge that seems like it only hold one person. With the tying of the rope onto the cavern itself, would probably fare better than tying it onto the bridge that possibly only hold one person. So I'm assuming you do so, and then you hand or give the rope to Valence.
Yeah, I walk to the edge here, and I hand him the rope to tie around his waist if he wants it. Would you like to use the rope, Valens?
Sure.
Okay. Just untie it when you get to the other side, and then we'll pull it back and tie it onto someone else.
Okay. I mean, you'll be able to pull it. I'll untie you, pull it back.
Or you can
is
tie it
everyone
to the
going
other
to
side.
grab
either
onto
way.
the rope in case something does happen to Valence.
I'll hold on to the rope even though it's tied.
My armor's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I mean, if he falls, he's going to need someone to pull him up, right?
I'll grab
Right.
the rope as well.
Orpheus, again, after 80 seconds, you hear that little ping at the bottom. Again, you were very actively listening over to see when it would hit, and again, it was a really long time. like
Yeah.
super far down.
I don't think it's water down there, guys.
Balance. You crossing?
I was
Okay,
just
go
holding.
for it. Yep. Take one space at a time.
Oh, okay.
You're good. Keep going. You're good. You can reach the end.
Boop. I'm gonna do a perception check now that I'm across.
Yep. Go for it. As the rest of the group waits for you to untie the rope.
Fucking nothing. My perception checks are the best today.
You know, I think at this point you're taking a deep breath. You made it across. You know you're okay. Maybe more worried about your group rather than what's in front of you, so you turn your back. However, again, everything seems chill.
I'm gonna go.
As he
tie
walked
off.
across, was there any parts of the bridge falling off, or was it pretty stable?
No, it was stable for him.
Okay.
But again,
Just for
Val
him.
said to you, he thinks that possibly one person should be crossing at a time.
All right. Who's next?
I don't trust this bridge, so I will stand back and let you all go first.
Orpheus.
Why you look at me?
It's my rope. I go last.
But I can hold it. And I come over, I touch Uncle Hill and say, "You go, big guy. How about you go?"
Well, I'm
Okay,
tying.
you go.
You want me to
He-
hold on? Did you already pull the rope across? Because I haven't.
No.
I was gonna.
Well,
I
we
was gonna-
assumed you untied it. Did you untie
Yeah,
it?
I was gonna tie it to this side.
Okay.
So
we
the
can do it that
rope
way too.
is 100 feet, correct? So yeah, right now you're at about halfway of the rope. So Valence, if you know, I don't know if you're telling the group that they're waiting for the rope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tie it off and then yell across the bridge. All right, we're tied off.
All right, so you guys now have a rope. I can grab a rope if you guys want it.
So we can just hold on to the rope. That way, if something happens, we can just. The idea is just that we would hold on to it. We could still kind of crawl ourselves across the rope, assuming it would hold.
You know what?
So-
I saw him go across. I'm just gonna start going. No rope needed. Boop. 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 Boop.
Can you guys see the rope?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Boop. See? No rope needed.
Yeah, I mean, you see Thorin kind of just balancing
I'm
himself,
here.
doing the elf thing, kind of running across, kind of like what's his name, Orlando Bloom in Lord of the Rings, just running very quickly across, showing off his elvish skills. Who's next?
Alfie, just gonna copy and do it without rope, cause
Uh-oh.
I did the Jack Sparrow run going across the bridge.
yeah, but like Alfie, just like to copy
I would
Probably,
think that's how
Thorin.
Orpheus looks, trying to emulate how
Yeah.
Thorin.
I love how
So
we
we'll run
like
across.
come up with a safety net, and you guys just intentionally don't want to use it.
like the fireball. Well, I just want to copy Thorin
Yeah. Okay.
because he does a fireball that I haven't been able to do it yet. Last time I tried, I hit balance. There you go.
All
I
right.
did it.
Here, you or me.
Up to you. You be anchor if you want.
All right, you go ahead.
Kihira, how big are you?
6'4", 240.
Oh,
Okay. Continue.
How does my footing feel?
Are you stopping in the middle? Are you like
Only to ask
actively
that question.
kicking as you're,
I'm,
as you're
I'm,
stopping?
I'm asking as I proceed. How well does my footing feel?
So, I mean, as you're crossing, you're definitely hearing the wood complain back at you. Like, you hear the as, as you're walking across. But, I mean, it's not like your foot goes through. If you're proceeding, you can safely proceed. But you definitely hear the
Okay.
wood whining underneath your feet.
Yeah, then I'm not going to do what I was going to do.
As Orpheus jumps off,
If you jump up and down. All
I
right.
hear you make it safely across. I rolled kind of low to see what would happen, so you guys are fine. Traherne,
Alright,
you
so
want to be the last
gonna-
two? Are you going to untie the rope on your end?
I am because I want my rope. So I'm just gonna tie it around my waist, and then I tug on it, and I ask across, is it secure?
Yup.
Yeah, Valance.
Alright.
I think you attached it to another piece of
Yeah.
the wall on the other side. Again, this
Okay.
is a really shitty cave, by the way.
All right, so
Like, random pieces are mined out on all the walls and stuff. Like, this is a very obvious mining cave.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna make
you
my
can
way.
safely proceed.
Alright.
We'll remove the rope. You can re-add that to your inventory if you removed it.
Okay.
And you guys made it successfully across.
So
Good job,
I'm gonna
guys.
do a perception check to see if I can see anything from down this little enclave here.
Yep. Again, same thing. Very obvious cave-ins on areas that that were possibly mined out already. Valance, again, you're still a little dizzy from crossing first, and again catching your breath from possibly your crossing and your dream. I mean, pretty scary to have that type of dream or nightmare if thinking back on it. But I mean, you're moseying along. Everyone, again, if you're inspecting the cave, again, very much just looks like cave-ins all around. This is probably like one of the bigger sections that was mined out. However, as you guys approach Doran and Orpheus to the north
I see
east,
light.
there is a very obvious daylight. Not too sure until you guys really get closer and inspect.
Is
but
it
this looks to
warm?
be the continuing section of the cavern.
Is it warm or anything?
It
I put
is
my hand
warm.
out. I feel it.
However, I coded it, or I assumed that you guys would proceed through as it was daylight. You guys will probably see the night sky instead when you step in.
Okay.
So
Oh.
imagine that this is just maybe the moonlight coming in. You guys will understand once you get in further, and I
So
give you
then
guys the new
I'll
map.
just walk in.
Balance, you holding on to the rock at the moment, or are you going to proceed up with the group?
Going with the group. Sorry.
Yep.
I got
One last perception
email.
check if you guys were looking for anything of interest, because I know you guys like to look for loot hoarders.
Yeah, I'll do perception check for that.
I'm always a loot hoarder.
Yeah.
Not really, but yeah.
He's
I'll give you guys
basically-
advantage.
He's basically a goblin.
I
Yeah,
am.
I'm gonna give you guys. Everyone has advantage on this. Again, it's only reason why I'm giving you advantage because you guys really did do well with the tightrope walking, and moved along very carefully, maybe checking every inch of this place. Again, very obvious that there was nothing here other than these two bridges. These look like really old bridges. Thankfully, you guys didn't break the second bridge. However, the first bridge is totally destroyed. In case you guys needed to leave, you at least have an exit or a way out. But yeah.
So I just walk through it.
Okay, everyone following, proceeding towards the dim light that seems to be either moonlight or something. You guys can obviously feel the air now rushing. This is where the breezes was coming from. Everyone proceeding forward.
I'm out.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of the next map as we go to our first break.
Oh, can we walk back?
And everyone, let's take a quick 5-minute break. I want to try and get breaks almost every hour to let you guys, take a breather. Last couple of sessions we've been going very quickly, and you guys have been really diving into the RP. I think this is more of a dungeon crawl. I want to give you guys at least a 5-minute break. Use the restroom, grab a drink. We'll see you back at 8:05. Thanks, everyone.
And we're back.
Cool. Bring guys back in. Okay, so the party has entered the next section of the cave, the Bayville Mines. As you guys all enter, again, it is nighttime out. However, on the map, it kind of looks like daylight is seeping through. If you guys look up, there is a huge, almost like a donut-shaped hole at the top, which is letting natural light through, which is why you guys were experiencing the moonlight in, and also why you guys were feeling that breeze throughout the whole cave. Again, looking up, very high up, but there is an opening at the top where you guys can see the night sky along with the moon, which is this particular section in the center. That's why everything is lit up here. It's not like there's a torch or anything that's lighting this section up. This is natural light coming in from the top of the cave. You guys are free to inspect. However, I'm sure all of you can see some very interesting things to the north of this cave. So yeah.
I just want to do a perception if I hear or see like any creatures or anything as we're peering into this environment.
Yeah, pretty silent. Again, same thing as the last map. You just hear a very, very mild dripping of water. Possibly, you know, stuff coming in from the hole in the center that's letting the light through. You know, very obvious. I'm dripping some water, probably from the night that it rained.
Perception check.
I
Again,
just smell
this
some. I just smell
entire
some blood.
place. Yeah, this entire place is very wet. Again, there's a huge hole in the ceiling, so anytime it rains, this place probably floods out. At the moment, it is not raining. Probably explain why there is a huge cavern also in the second section of this. Probably erosion from all that rainwater coming in through this hole in the ceiling. However, as everyone approaches towards the north, Thorin to the right. So stop rolling, guys. I think guys. Oh no. So that was previous perception checks.
No, that's the ones we all
There's
did.
so many perception checks.
Yeah.
So mine was the most recent one since we came in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
I'm
21
counting
that I rolled is
808
when we first came in the
forward.
room.
Okay. Yeah, so I have timestamps on here. Okay, perfect. So
Yep.
Thorin 21, Balance 13, Kahir 12. Thorin 21, are you going to the right hand side? Where
Yeah,
the
I'm heading
boulder is?
towards this rock where the boulder is.
Yeah, you'll see there is a shitty looking axe to the other side of this boulder. However, you would have to go around the other side to retrieve it, unless you want to use
Okay.
phase step in this situation. But you know, I think you have that in your back pocket as like a mechanic kind of thing. Very shitty looking though axe. Probably not worth anything. Just looking around and seeing it, you know, it's glinting a little bit, but it's you would have to inspect it to really see if it's worth anything. Other than that, nothing on this particular side of the cavern. Again, there is a centerpiece in the center here, which is a little bit raised up. However, you know, looking over it, it's maybe 5 or 10 feet up if you kind of like jump up on the boulder and kind of look over. Nothing of interest on that platform itself. However, very obviously to the back of this cavern, everyone will see this ward with an altar and Orpheus as you're moving northwards.
I just smell the blood.
Valence-
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get back to you, but you have to roll me a perception check or investigation check on what you're looking at. Valence and Kahir. So Kahir, again, you see the same thing as Thorin. You don't see the axe in the right-hand side by the boulder, because Thorin was the one that was inspecting over there. But Kahir, again, looking up, you can see the moon. You can hear the sounds of maybe the bats flying in and out of this cave. Again, you're a lot taller than the rest of this group, so you know if you're on your tippy toes looking over, again, you could see a very obvious ward or something to the north. Again, you guys will have to pretty much go around there to inspect what's to the north of this cavern. But just looking over, definitely some type of runes with a ward. Orpheus is saying he sees some blood.
I smell some
Balance.
blood, so I just walk over here and then I roll
Yep.
21 investigation on this.
Yeah, so I'm going in order. So Valence, so Thorin, I gave you yours. Kahir, you were on the same side, so I gave you yours as well. Valence, coming to the left-hand side of this cavern, you very obviously see some type of camp setup. Some blood. all around, a dead body laid up against a huge or a much bigger boulder. Again, these boulders look like they maybe fell from the ceiling rather than were pushed in or manually moved in. I mean, if you look up, you could see a hole where the boulder probably what came from. However, the body is not under the boulder. The body is laid against the boulder. In order to see what this body is, you would have to do investigation checks. But at the moment, perception checks, you will obviously see, and I don't know if you can see it on the map here. Do you see what's over here?
Nope.
Ish.
Let me
Just blood.
Just out of
No.
my sight.
Yeah, you guys haven't moved up yet, so I'm not going to give you any information. It'll be a surprise when you guys move up. But very obviously, to the left, you see some camp. You see a ton of blood, and over here, some type of ward going on to the north. All right. Next, Orpheus, crit 21. Orpheus, there's a note on the floor.
Can I pick it up?
It is right here.
Oh.
Do you see
Is
it
there
there?
any? I only see the 2 in the front. Whatever that one is right here. Oh. Wait.
It kind of looks like a tan piece of parchment.
Is that thing on there? Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see it now. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
so
the
move
one
your
in front of
character
me.
token over there, and I'll share a handout with you guys.
Right here?
Yes.
I something everything ration. Y tool water weapon. It bit me when I fed it my blood.
Maybe don't do that.
So, I read into the rope by the way. So
Balance.
everybody should have that.
You see a shadow door.
I look
A
over.
big shadow door, much bigger than the other ones that you guys have witnessed at this point. Looks like it's possibly been here for a while. You guys remember when you were on Color Isle and the shadow door began to expand?
Mhm.
Looks like this one has at least expanded once before.
Why is everyone moving? They have no idea the shadow door is there. Everyone's like, "We're getting ready for combat. Let's get over here."
I don't see it though. Oh.
I know.
I'm just inspecting.
I
was-
see it now.
I look over to Orpheus. I'm like, "Hey, looks like we got another one." And I motion to the gate.
Yeah,
That's
Thorn
one
and
look.
Traherne, as you guys walk over, you'll see Orpheus pick up a piece of parchment and then look over to Valence as Valence is pointing out the shadow door.
That's one look a lot bigger, don't you think?
Yeah.
I
I'm
hear you're
curious
walking over
what
to the
came
group.
out of
I
it.
can move your token for you if you're currently munching on some rations as you walk over to the group.
It's a lot walking.
Here's a big guy.
Across
He's
the
gonna need you
bridge.
often.
That's right. Gotta have that jerky.
I'll for my investigation, would I be able to check how long did that body die?
Hold on. So let's go back. We have investigation check from Valence. Valence, what are you investigating at the moment?
Well, I rolled it because we were investigating that site.
Yeah, okay. So are you specifically looking at maybe the campsite or the body? Because both will give you some information depending on which you want to check first.
For my investigation,
Orpheus,
I would.
I'll give you investigation.
checking
check,
about
but, I think yours was Orpheus. You were specifically for the body that investigation check,
Yeah,
and then
that's where next to the
Balance.
note, right?
I think you're closer to the camp, so you're investigating the camp at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you guys some information. Balance. The camp looks quite old, however, not too old to the fact that it wasn't like it was 100 years ago. It could have been last week, yesterday, the day before. Again, this cave is very wet, so everything is very damp. You can't discern by the little fire pit that's there how long it's been there or when it was doused out. You touch it, it's pretty cold, but again, there's water everywhere, which is what this blood is kind of sitting in. It's just kind of splashed across, and if it was bleeding from someone or something, it probably bled out, moved across the ground. Orpheus, the body itself looks like it was bled out. However, when you touch the body, it's very stiff. But not as like rotted out as you would think for like an old body. This is kind of fairly new. but very stiff, almost like it was paralyzed as it was bleeding out. And the
Everybody,
note was very obviously next to this body.
everybody heard what I said, right?
Yeah, everyone
And-
has the handout, so you guys can read it as well if he's like showing everyone. I'll read it out again. It says, I blanked everything. Rations, tools, wine, water, weapons. It bit me when I fed it my blood. And you very obviously see a lot of blood stains across this note, along with some weird writing at the top. It looks like it was kind of like rubbed over. I know the text there doesn't show it, but it looks like someone took a piece of charcoal or something and rubbed it over something else. If you turn it over, you'll see like it was pushed in or indented. Like someone took a piece of charcoal and rubbed over the parchment to copy something.
Can I cast a spell then?
What would you like to cast?
I wanna cast.
Remember, Valence also just pointed out that there's a shadow door in front of you guys. But go ahead, finish your thought.
I wanna cast the I can say the word imagination. That
Yeah,
one.
imagination. So what
I
are
just
you
wanna
creating
sort
or
of
cleaning?
I will cleaning up, just remove that charcoal on the part of the note. To see if I'm able to remove that.
Yeah, I mean, you can remove it. It's going to remove the text itself as well. It looks like the charcoal was used in order to copy the text of whatever this was rubbed against. Everyone else follow what I was saying in regards to that? It looks like someone was like trying to copy some text, maybe in a I'm not going to give away what it's a copy of, but it looks like someone took a copy of something, placed it against like a wall or whatever it was trying to copy.
Kind of like what we used
Some
to do in
charcoal
grade
over.
school, where you charcoal
I
copied
see.
a grave
Yeah,
tombstone.
put a paper over something and use a crayon to copy it over, like rubbing it across, like copying over the text.
I think
paper.
Orpheus was thinking that it had something like smeared over top.
Yeah, it's not that it's dirty
yeah.
or anything like that. It looks like this was the way that this person tried to copy the text, because the person maybe
Never
didn't
mind.
understand what the text was and couldn't copy word for word or whatever inscriptions are there. Are you showing the text to anyone else? And also, do you speak Celestial?
I don't, but I have my my language spell.
Are you? I mean, you tried to clean the paper. You didn't try to comprehend languages. Do you want to show it to the group before you try that? Maybe someone else, if you don't want to use this particular spell, because I think you only have one per day.
It's my cantrip, right? I cast at will.
We'll talk about it.
Alright, so I sit
Let's
next
just say
to
for now you
Valen.
can only use it once per day.
I'm next to Valence, and then I'm just gonna hand it to him. It's like, can you read this? I can read the one on top.
Let me I take it from him.
Do you understand Celestial?
I do.
Okay. I will give you some information. Hang on. You ready?
Yeah.
If he can read it, you can always have me. I can try looking at it.
So, Ray,
No, I
you
100%
take the paper and you begin to read the inscription at the top.
Okay.
Again, super easy. However, in Celestial, when you do read Celestial text, it is a holy text. Very ancient, not very much often found in actual text readings. Kahir, you will also be able to read this. And Kahir, you're much more familiar with reading ancient texts from your ancestors, whereas modern books, things that you would find balanced, you wouldn't find in Celestial, you would find in Common. It wouldn't make sense to write in Celestial because Celestial is basically the language of the gods.
Yeah.
Usually super holy and magical in a sense, where when you're reading the text will move and change to reflect what the words are trying to say. So in this one, as you're reading the paper, you can almost perceive that the letters are changing and shifting as you're reading to allow you to read it. It says in Celestial, the serpent's bite is deadly. If brave, you can quench its thirst. If weak, you will be its meal. If smart, you will not be hungry. If dim-witted, you will starve to death. The holy ones do not always know what's best. The blood of an immortal will be what's next. And I will PM that to you as well. You here, because you guys can read it.
Me too.
Yeah, anyone that can read it, I will PM them.
Damn, do we really have that many people who took Celestial?
I don't have it.
I don't have that, I don't think.
No, you don't.
Some of the words are scratched out in this particular piece. Hang on, let me fix it. Because you guys have the actual text rather than what was left behind. This or
Get that in a copy of American?
I hear some things going off. Are you guys doing anything else?
No, they're listing their languages.
Yeah, I didn't mean to click. I didn't even know those were clickable.
At they
Yeah,
at they
so you could always show someone, hey, I can read that. I have proficiency in this particular language.
yeah at they reading that paper, I was just gonna tell Jahan and Kahir say that that body over there look like it's been paralyzed. Doesn't look like he or she they've been dead for a long time. So whatever killed them must be around
again,
here still.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this body is quite old. It looks like it was paralyzed.
Yeah.
And bled
So-
out due to a wound.
Language.
I said that I say I think whatever that thing is still should be still around here, guys. So
Well, what thing are you referring to?
whatever it that killed that person.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. I don't know if you would know that, if there's anything here. Very obviously, Valance said that there's a rift.
So
And it's
I think we should close.
huge rift.
after reading through this, I look up at the rift, and I'm just like, well, if this is any indication, we're in for one hell of a situation. If this whatever this is reciting has come through.
I think we should close that rift and then figure it out later.
Agreed.
Okay.
I reach into my pouch and pull out this crystal.
Okay, I'll do the same.
It is glowing probably more brightly now. Very similar to when you were on Color Isle, where it was very bright. It is super bright here as well.
Alright, I'll do the same.
Signifying, and Valance, you'll have this particularly, signifying that maybe there is some. Well, let's see what you do here. Are you you guys are closing the rift, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, super bright, like you were on Color Isle.
Oh, but
Can I take a peek inside?
I take mine into my right hand and lift it up towards the rift.
Valance and Orpheus, roll me perception checks as you step close to the rift.
That's all I want to do. Take a peek inside.
Your mom's a perception check.
I roll a 15.
Both of you roll me 1d6. This is a big rift, so you guys have options to see more.
I roll a 3.
3! Orpheus, you see the port town, like I think
Lay
Doran
down.
saw and Traherne saw the last time. Orpheus, you rolled a 3, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you see the port town. I think you saw that. Did you see this once before or no?
No, I only see.
No, but I think the group did describe this particular port town.
Oh, I don't know.
So again, you see ships, you see people, humans. You could tell right away. Again, you're looking more downwards. Ships, you can smell the ocean. You can hear the waves crashing against the piers, seeing the boats going and coming. Let's see, have you ever been to... Let me bring the world map up for myself. I think you would have probably... Yeah, you would have definitely been to the Isle of Asol. It is the closest isle to North Juno. Possibly with your family or in a... just traveling there to, visit.
Yeah.
I will show you where it is on the world map of Terra. And I'll bring you guys back to the cave. Can you guys see the
Okay.
world map?
Mhm.
So the Isle of Asol. This particular port looks very similar to the Isle of Asol port, which would be over here to the north where the ship is. And again, you're
Okay.
from North Juneau, so very close to where you live. This is probably
Okay.
the closest thing that you've seen in this portal to your hometown.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Look like the port I know.
Balance.
I rolled badly all around. I'm an awful human being.
You see the following. Hang on one second.
The following.
I see Orpheus on a spike in the middle of the plaza.
He sees
Damn.
Orpheus' dagger preparing behind him.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. Balance, what languages do you speak?
I speak those ones. I speak Celestial and Common. That's it.
For some reason, you understand what this dragon is saying to you. And it says, more peering into this cave.
Oh, he's in a cave.
Or, sorry, I miss said that. More peering out from this cave. You there, what is your name?
I'm Valence.
By the way, you see this dragon? It is definitely the bony dragon that Orpheus was talking about before. He doesn't look enraged or angry. He definitely looks scary as fuck, though. Huge. When I say huge, like the biggest thing probably that you've ever seen. He looks very lazy, relaxed. He actually has his claw up and is leaning on it. Kind of like he's tired and just watching things as they're passing through his window, kind of. You know, like you see a child looking out the window. He's looking out the window of this particular shadow.
That's not what he
You
did.
responded with your name. He responds back. I am Regnad, the Dracolich. As he responds back to you, Valence, the vision fades. Same thing
Okay.
for you, Orpheus. The vision fades.
That's not what he did to me when I looked at him last time. The fuck?
Well, a Dracolich is, you know, undead. I work with the King of the Dead. You know.
So
God
do
damn.
I. Anyway,
I mean,
so
do you say that out loud, or are you just talking in
No. I'm just talking. Talking out of
Alright.
character. I'm not giving it. I'm not telling.
Trehern's got his little teacup over there with some coffee in it, just like
Just sipping.
tea.
alright. So as we at this phase, I'm just gonna
Yeah, you guys have the crystals out?
Yep. Valen only put it up though, so I'm gonna put my hand up as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys are
doing that.
actively closing it, correct?
Yes.
But again, very easily, you guys are able to reduce this particular shadow. It gets smaller in size, and again smaller in size, and again smaller in size until it disappears. As you guys are closer to where this particular shadow was, you look down, again, you see this blood. It is not that the blood came from, you know, possibly a creature that came through the shadow. The blood looks more like it trickled from the right-hand side, where you guys will obviously see now, since you're, again, more north, some runic circle on the ground in front of this huge, almost looks like a ceiling runic circle. Would you
So it's
guys like
above
to
us.
go over and inspect the smaller
Yep.
circle?
I'll do that.
So altitude wise, these circles are above or below us, or
Everything's on the ground.
Okay.
And I'm assuming everyone's going over to inspect?
Yeah.
Okay. I got some handouts for you guys. A lot of handouts today. You guys are straight up in a dungeon.
Arcana check on the circle as well, and I see nothing.
I mean, I'm going to give you guys some stuff, so. For those of you that do not speak Celestial, you will see this. For those of you that do see Celestial, and you can probably read this out to the group as well. For those that are not privy to this information, you guys will see this.
this looks dwarven.
Again, as you're reading it, the words and things begin to shift and change for those of you that read Celestial. For those of you that don't, it just looks like some symbols on the ground. One of them is lit up, and that is the letter E in all of the words in this particular phrase. That for those of you that can read it, for everyone that cannot read it, it looks like just one particular piece of it is lit up. And for those of you that read Celestial, so going from the one that says to enter, you need the key. The E in key is upside down, which is again the piece that is lit up on the ground.
Oh, what does it say?
And it says we need a key to enter.
So why is that thing lit up? That one single letter.
Thorin, with your Arcana check, you're not too sure. You definitely can tell that the bigger runic circle around this skull thing is definitely a ceiling type of runic circle. However, the runic circle in front of you, you're not able to work out how to activate it at the moment, but it is definitely the activation piece to remove the seal to the east. Balance with an investigation check.
Yeah, I was just gonna investigate the circles and stuff, but I'm apparently rolling God tier awful tonight.
Yeah, I mean, very obviously there's an E that's upside down. That's the only thing that really
Yeah.
stands out at the moment, along with the letter E for everything else lit up in blue.
So when they
How do
ask
the
that,
runes-
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just say when they ask that, the Thorin and Valen not know why is that thing lit up.
For you,
That is a good
Orpheus, it
question.
only looks like one very small little piece is lit up.
Yeah, that's
For
why I
everyone
asked. I
else
was
that
like,
reads Celestial, all the E's are lit up.
okay.
Are these runes like carved into the ground? Are they like objects?
They seem like they're carved into the ground, yeah. And are you inspecting the actual? Give me an investigation check.
Ooh,
The lit up E seems to have a section that you can turn. Like it looks like you could turn the E if you're playing with it.
I want to turn it to match the others.
Give me 1 second.
This is not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to go this way.
You turn the E, and the ward around the altar is removed. You guys can now very obviously see an altar. On the altar, you'll see a golden serpent with some blood in front of the serpent, along with a stone tablet with writing on it. The tablet with writing on it is the following. This is the same rubbing that was on the note that you found, Orpheus. You'll notice that the symbols are exactly the same. For everyone else that reads Celestial, again, this is what the actual tablet says. This is that rubbing that you guys found as a note. And again, it says, the serpent's bite is deadly. If brave, you can quench its thirst. If weak, you will be its meal. If smart, you will not be hungry. If dim-witted, you will starve to death. The holy ones do not always know what's best. The blood of an immortal will be what's next. Orpheus, this is very similar to the note that you had. Again,
Okay.
you did have some additional pieces to the, I guess, puzzle with your note.
Valen has it now.
Okay, so Valence, you have that other note. In addition to that, whoever wrote on this note, wrote it possibly in blood or something, said, I blanked everything. Rations, tools, wine, water, weapons. It bit me when I fed it my blood. However, you guys can go up and inspect this altar now. There's nothing that's stopping you from moving up, looking at the serpent. As you guys step up, so Thorin, you're the first one to step up. As soon as you touch the last step and move on to the actual platform of this, you'll notice 3 worlds light up. One on the left, which looks very similar to your world. One on the right, which for anyone else from Terra looks like Terra. And an unknown world in the back. Orpheus, same thing. On the left, you're not too sure. On the right, you can definitely tell it's Terra. In the back, you're not too sure. Same thing for Valence and Traherne and Kahir when you guys move up.
Can I inspect the urn as well? I guess Arcana, see if there's anything magical with it.
So you're talking about the serpent?
Yeah,
The golden serpent? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you can call it an urn if you want. Everything here is magical at the moment. Everything. Balance, since you're doing an investigation check, the blood is definitely from this serpent's mouth.
Alright. Valen, can I borrow the note again?
And you could see trickles of blood, Balance, leading back to this section over here, and then all the way over to the body that was laid up against the boulder.
So I have the note. I'm assuming that you guys read out whatever
Yeah, you
the
guys can pass around
the
the note, try and figure this puzzle out.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, you get me out. I'm thinking whoever died over there fed this serpent everything and his blood. And then I pass the note around.
Trying to find the proper note in the handouts right now.
It's called ominous note handout.
Yeah, I'll share
one,
both again.
The
Which
other one. For the one that was
Stone
the
tablet?
celestial. Yeah.
Ominous.
No, not
So
ominous. I've said 3 times it's not ominous.
I'm
There
gonna
it is. Stone tablet. That's the one I wanted.
Yep. So this is what you guys are looking at now. I'll share both of them again. So try and figure out this puzzle. The stone tablet is what I PM'd you guys, by the way. Orpheus, again, looking at the note and looking at the stone tablet, the top of the note that you were unable to read before is very obviously this stone tablet. However, again, you don't know how to read this. And I don't know if anyone's read it out to you. Has anyone read it out to Orpheus?
That's what I was guessing. And
Or Traherne? Traherne, you're just chilling back here, drinking your coffee?
Yeah, no, I said I
listening.
read it aloud while I was flipping
Okay.
it over.
yeah,
just
so
listening.
Yeah, so Traherne, again, he read it out loud if you want to participate, and Orpheus, same thing in this puzzle.
yes. So I say he fed that serpent his food, water, wine, and weapons, and then blood.
I think it says I tried everything. And then he lists out. Like Orpheus is saying.
Yeah, it also looks like he tried to cross out the things that didn't work. However, the last sentence is not crossed out. It bit me when I fed it my blood is not crossed out in this particular thing.
So,
What does it mean when you guys said the holy ones do not always know what is best? The blood of an immortal will be what's next.
well, the shadow portal did lead to an immortal.
But none of us are immortal.
So how do we get the blood of the immortal?
Hold on. Thorin, what did you just say?
But none of us are immortal.
Orpheus and Valence. In the last few sessions, you both have been referred to as semi-immortal. You both will very much remember that. You don't even have to roll history checks.
I
You're
know.
both called to yourselves by some other greater deity or something else that you're both technically somewhat immortal.
Yeah, as soon as I heard he say that, I just started.
Thorin says that should ring out in your mind very, very quickly.
Yeah, but don't tell them, Danger God.
I'm telling you, Valence, as you and Thorin. And Orpheus. I mean, you guys have heard it as well. You guys were all in the session.
So as soon as Thorin said that, I just started taking my dagger out and sort of cut across my wrist and then just drive. Anybody try to stop me? No.
Nope. I'm not stopping you. What?
Alright. So I'm just
Probably
gonna
get
do
stabbed
that.
if I stop you.
I want to do that. I'm just gonna slap up my wrist and then hold it. Wait, not my wrist, my hand. I should say not
Thorin, what'd you say?
my hand.
Sorry.
Are you
Okay.
stopping
I
him?
said I'd probably get no. I said I'd probably get stabbed if I stopped him.
Alright. So I just gonna. I'm not gonna feed it to him. I just gonna for the serpent. I'm just gonna drip it in front of it. That's like inside the urn, right?
So this is a golden serpent with a mouth that is open.
Yeah. I put as high I can, then just drip the blood down. I'm not putting it in the mouth.
So you drop where are you dropping it?
Inside the mouth.
Okay. As you drip it inside the mouth, the runes activate around you guys. On the altar. Everyone is within those runes, including Traherne, who is standing on the runes. And you are all teleported. And that's where we'll go to our next break.
Perfect. I'll be right back.
Thanks for playing, everyone. We'll see you back in 5 minutes.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back. So right before the break, the party did figure out the puzzle. Opened up the key, which was the E was backwards in Celestial on the runes. Kahir figured out that there was a piece that could slide around. Turned it, opened up the seal. Party worked out that the blood of an immortal what was required to be poured into the serpent's mouth. The runes activated around the group. A big column of blue light has now engulfed the party, and you are all teleported. Anyone have any questions before we move forward?
How do you stop this ride?
Is this gonna hurt?
Did we die?
I knew it. I knew it. In my head, I was thinking genie the whole time. With that whole lamp thing.
Wait. For Warlock? That's a genie for Warlock.
Before you see the genie, or otherwise known as a genie. Again, he is not advancing towards you guys or being hostile at the moment. I do have some text that he's going to interact with you. But bear with me a second. I have to open everything back up. Unfortunately, I blue screened during the break.
That's an awesome picture of a blue genie.
I think that's one of the 4 patron for Genie Warlock, I think.
And Abu the genie speaks up to the group.
Abubu.
Oh,
Abu is Abu the genie. Abu is the final test for the new keepers of the crystal. Abu will ensure you are strong enough to be tasked with safeguarding its divine power. The gods have tasked Abu eons ago with destroying all those unworthy. For only 3 out of hundreds of potentials have been successful before you. It has been over 1,000 years since the last keeper appeared before Abu. Prepare yourselves. And he takes out a long scimitar. And everyone roll me initiative.
Ah! Click your token first.
Oh yeah. Good point.
I rolled a 12. A 6.15.
Ooh, gross.
What
yeah,
is
that's
that?
in case anyone else rolls a 6.
Oh. Wait, he that big? He 3 by 3?
Everyone rolled initiative. Am I missing anyone?
You missed balance.
Oh, Valence is there. He's 5.
No, he didn't
I'm
put it
5.
I'm 5.
I
All
see
I
Valence is
see-
5.
No, I see Jahan 5. Oh,
I'm 3.
balance 3.
Even
Alright,
better.
same thing.
I'm gonna use my thingy.
On your initiative roll? Okay. What is your, if you want to tell the group, what is your
12,
roll?
I believe.
12?
Yeah, I definitely want to get in before the genie.
Alright, so we have Thorin, 18, Kahir 13, Orpheus 12, the Genie 6.1, Traherne with a 5, Balance with a 12. Let me sort this. There we go. Valence and Orpheus, what is your deck scores?
My 2.
Mine's a
You're
negative
-1,
1.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Orpheus will go before Balance. Alright, so Thorin, top of the order.
Alright.
Very, very quickly, again, the genie named Abu has spoken to you, said that he is the final test from the gods to ensure that the keepers of the crystal are strong enough to, be keepers. He has dispatched thousands of potential keepers in the past. This is your final test to ensure that you're strong enough. So basically, this is a fight for the death. Again, you see
Right.
this huge genie in front of you. On the floor, to the left of the genie, you can see either an urn or a lamp, depending on what you define as a lamp. The genie's presence is coming directly out of this urn. Very much described to by Pilth as an urn, golden color, probably what he was talking about. But to see the genie coming out of it, and the genie is talking about the crystals, the gods, seems strange that Pilth would put you on this adventure. So that's just for everyone. But Thorn, you're first to act. The genie definitely took out a scimitar and is advancing toward you guys for battle.
Alright. So, first thing I'm going to do is, if he's advancing at me and he's being hostile, I'm just going to go ahead and defend myself, and I'm going to do a Sacred Flame against him. Okay, let me just do it. The phone app is being silly. Let me just do it.
Yeah, you gotta do the one in where your weapon is. Dexterity save of 12. Oh my god, double fail. 5 radiant. Okay, so the radiant flame shoots out. I think same way as before, right? You said it was like a purple flame that shoots directly from your sword. The runes on your sword light up, and you aim it at the genie. It strikes true, dealing 5 radiant damage. Does definitely seem to affect the genie. He moves to one side for a moment and steadies himself again. However, he doesn't look phased too much by your damage roll here, and is proceeding to advance forward.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, before you say anything else, do you also roll me a perception check if you want to give some information to the party?
Sure thing.
20. So in the center of this particular platform that you guys are on, you will see a column of lava, which looks like a hole in the ground almost to the bottom. Around you, you see lava. It is super hot here. You guys are also encased in here. On all 4 pillars, there is a depiction of that same serpent you guys saw in the cave. And there seems to be beams of light shooting out from the mouth of the serpent all across, closing you guys in here. The beams of light almost keep you guys in like a cube. So again, the threats here is that you guys are boxed in. You don't know, what this laser is made of, if you can touch it or not. Also, in the center of the map, there is a lava pit.
Alright, for my bonus action, before I end my turn, I'm just going to do Shield of Faith on Balance.
Balance, you have a +2 to your AC.
Alright.
Thorn, you want to move, or are you staying there?
And I am... You know what? I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to advance a little bit. But I'm just going to take one step back and end my turn there.
Yes. Before your turn ends, just a quick heads up. The runic circle that you guys teleported in on here disappears. Anything else?
That's it for my turn.
Kahir, you're up. This guy's definitely bigger than you, Kahir.
Kahir studies him for just the briefest of moments, and he says, when he readies his scimitar, and he says it's time to test. Kahir grabs his glaive, looks in, at the bear paw, and he says, "Then let the gods and the ancestors determine who's best." And he goes and then he lets out this massive roar as the rune, the paw glows. And that green essence kind of fills him from his face down through his body.
Yep. So just a quick heads up, this guy is 3x3. So if you move up, as long as you're within that 3x3 square of him, you'll be able to hit him. So it is about 35 feet to reach.
Which all of us are 30, I think, right?
Everyone should be about 35 from him, except for Orpheus.
Oh, I meant we can only move 30, I think.
So he is in this square at 40, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So you have to get to 35 in order to hit.
Okay.
Except for Orpheus, who is a little bit closer.
And me. Because I have reach.
You're also 30. Oh, yeah. I mean, you and Kahir have reach. But yeah, his squares start
Did not mean to do that. Ignore that.
So I'm going to move my 30 up to here.
Yep, you can reach.
And then, so...
I always do that.
You said that we see, like, his essence coming from the lamp, right?
Yes, and he's actually dragging the lamp almost like a tail.
Okay. So my first attack is going to go onto him.
Okay. 20 is a hit. Roll me damage. 5 total slashing. Okay. Yeah, it bites in. You can feel it. He doesn't bleed. It's more like he's again that like almost like a purplish smoke about him as you strike through. Remove some of that purplish smoke as he recoalesces in front of you. Definitely, reacted to your attack as if you definitely did some damage to him.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think I can hit his lamp. So, and we did agree on that I am reckless all the time, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you. If you wanna declare it, it makes it easier for me to remember.
Yeah, I just want to be reckless unless I say otherwise that I'm being cautious.
Okay.
So
just
then,
remind me if I forget and you attack and I say miss, just say, just remember I'm reckless, I should have advantage.
right,
And then vice versa, if I'm attacking you and I forget, give me that heads up.
will do. So then I will spin hit my glaive and hit him with the hilt.
Is that part of a bonus?
That is my bonus attack, yes.
And
Oh no, I already raged. I can't do that.
I was going to say, you went into a rage as your bonus, right?
Yes, yeah. Nope, that's right.
Yep, disregarding the glaive hilt.
Yep, so that's my turn then.
All right, Orpheus, you're up.
Um,
Again, this is quite strange to you. Pretty crazy. You just got teleported to a very hot place. Probably reminds you of when you got teleported to see your daddy.
I know.
And you got this huge thing in front of you.
So can I? What roll do I have to make to see how heavy that lamp or whatever that thing on the floor?
How heavy it is?
Yeah.
Without picking it up, I don't think you would know. Or attempting to pick it up. I mean, you could try and run over and pick
He's
it up.
gonna grab it and run away with his tail.
So I wanna ask him. I wanna say, you say your name Abu, right? How often you go back into that thing?
If you're going to try and actively speak to him, it's going to take your full action.
Never mind. I'm just gonna cast something.
I mean, you can ask him a question if you want, but he very obviously said that this is the last test. He's going to test you guys. Took out a sword and said, he's destroyed unworthy keepers before.
Alright, so I'm gonna move 5 feet, and then I'm gonna cast.
Just quick intelligence. You're pretty intelligent. He may not respond to you.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
do whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna cast Mayhem, and then I'm gonna try to wrap that thing and bring it back to me. So, what it looked like is like I'm just gonna put my hand out, and then like it's like let's call it spectral but red come out my shoulder, and then it become a looking hand, and then it's just gonna reach out and try to wrap that thing on the floor.
The mage hand comes out. It can go up to what, 20 feet from you?
30 feet.
The hand vanishes if it ever moves more than 30 feet away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say you'd probably have to step up a step closer to ensure that it doesn't disappear.
Right there?
Yeah, that's good. The hand reaches out, tries to grab the urn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't lift it.
Okay.
You see it sitting there for a second, just pulling up, not moving. It's probably heavier than 10 pounds.
Okay. Well, that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Again, your mage hand can carry things up to 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ain't my turn.
Yep. Balance. Your turn, sir.
I'm gonna advance. I think right here was So
Okay. Yep. Right next to you, you feel the heat coming out of this lava pit next to you.
not worried about the heat.
Yep.
Sir, I spent time in the desert. The death desert. And I'm gonna attack. Is that a hit?
Makes it, breaks it. 15's a hit.
Nice.
Rolling all those damages. Bam.
So
Wait, what? Why is there 14
24?
radiant? Oh, you're.
Divine
You have
Smite,
to tell
sir?
me when you're smiting. Yeah.
Yeah, Divine Smiting. Sorry.
Because you have to declare your smiting, and if you miss, you're still using your spell slot.
Yep.
Okay,
And
so
I have
you're
to take
smiting.
all those back. Yep.
So I think now this is probably the biggest hit. So 14 plus 5 is 19. Give me the total damage.
That's 25.
25. No resistances to any of that stuff. Yeah, you just see. Give me how this looks, because now this is gonna look weird. You have radiant, necrotic, and piercing damage all at once. How does this look?
So, my spear's already got the necrotic damage, like the necrotic aura on the actual spear. But when I activate my Divine Smite, it's like a tendril of energy coming up along the blade, and then just comes out and around, and comes to the tip of the blade. It comes out and around the actual necrotic portion and up to the tip. And
Yeah, so you guys see this coalescing of radiant and necrotic damage, almost looking like it's working together. And almost forms like its own new magic in your weapon as you, again, swing through. As you're swinging through, your Divine Smite concusses as you're breaking through this thing. If it had flesh, you'd feel the flesh, but it doesn't. It's more of a coalescing smoke. However, your spear very much, or your lance very much feels like it's cutting through something here. As you deal very big amount of damage here, 25 total, between your piercing, necrotic, and radiant damage, radiant being the most effective here, the 14 points of damage. This thing very quickly turns as it's ripping through. You did a very devastating blow to it, but it is still up and advancing forward. Anything else on your turn? Done?
Nope, done.
Abu the Genie. Let's see, what can this mofo do? Can't do that because it's has to be 10 feet tall. Okay, that'll work. Let's do this. I gotta get something. Sorry, guys. Let me measure this out. Ooh, this is big.
Oh. What is that?
Our death.
Oh no. Oh, that's huge.
Alright, we'll say that's big enough. It's technically going to be like this whole freaking map. You guys see the Djinni bring his scimitar close, say a few words, and look up as a huge storm cloud forms within this barrier that you guys are in. It is about 10 feet tall, a cylinder with 60-foot radius, as he casts Storm Cloud. Oh, sorry, Call Lightning. Each creature within 5 feet of the point must make a dexterity saving throw. So he's going to call a bolt of lightning down next to Valence Kahir, right here. So each person within 5 feet of it will need to make a dexterity saving throw. So Kahir, Valence, you guys need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I don't want to. You can't make me. Oh, he's using danger sense. He's like, nope.
Well, no, that's
You have
always
advantage.
passive. As long as I can see it coming, I have advantage on dex saving
Yep,
throws.
you definitely saw the storm cloud above. You see the lightning starting to coalesce above you. Absolutely.
Nice.
Let's
Which
see,
gives me
what's
a
the spell
14.
save DC? Sorry, the spell save is broken here.
I'm gonna say it says DC 0. I could have rolled a 1 and been fine.
Should
Oh.
be
I didn't mean to do that.
14, I believe.
Ooh, meter
Spell save
beat?
DC 13. Sorry, 13. With +2 to hit with spell attack. So 13 DC. Both Kahir and Valence, you guys make the DC, which I believe you take half damage, right?
Usually on those, yeah. For spells.
Half damage on a successful one. So you guys take half of 12, which is 6 lightning damage.
And since I'm resistant to everything but psychic, I take half of that, so I'll take 3.
Yes.
Nice.
Valence, you take 6. And he is going to move. So Kahir, I think you get an opportunity here.
Yes, unless he's staying in my threat range.
Because Valence has reach, does he also get an opportunity?
Yes, if he's leaving our threat ranges, yes.
Yes, he is. He is actually moving very quickly towards Morpheus. And I'm going to make this part of the map because otherwise it's going to be hard for me to put tokens. There we go. Morpheus, you see this thing just appear right in front of you.
The thing move too?
Kahir,
Then-
Valence, roll me attacks of opportunity as who leaves your threat range.
Okay.
Glaive is a hit.
I did not hit.
Lance is not. 7. As again, you bite into his smokiness and remove some more of this coalescing air around him. But he is still up, moving around. Definitely not moving as fast as what you would expect for this guy to move. Just being some air. He's looking a little hurt, but yeah, still up, still moving around. Trahern, your turn. As this
check
storm
your-
cloud is above you guys.
Check your Discord and give me a yes or no. I want to assume not, but I just wanted to see.
I would assume that it would be extremely difficult to swallow something like that.
Okay.
I mean, you could talk it out and tell the group.
I mean, that's what Tofu says, but
Yeah, you would think that it would not be safe to consume something like that.
Okay.
Being that it's a metal and you're taking metal into your body, would probably
Okay.
not be good.
okay.
You think how you would pass through that in your rectum?
Sure. Well, knowing it's a genie, it'd be a lot of gas, I'm sure. But
Dun-dun-duns.
all right, I'm gonna do. If it says it's a 5-foot radius, it's only 1 square, correct?
5-foot radius is 2 squares,
Okay.
right?
Radius.
Because the circumference
Yeah,
is
Radius, yeah.
Radius
Oh,
is
okay.
half.
Yep.
Circumference is full. So it's about
Okay.
10 feet across.
So I'm gonna cast Moonbeam. Get it.
Gonna be in your character sheet. So, what you casting at level 2?
Yeah.
It is a level 2 spell, so you have to cast a level 2 or higher. Tell me how this looks. It's your first time new spell, right?
Yeah. So I take out a bag and I have these moon seeds in it, and I basically just throw them over, like it scatters underneath the genie, and then it's kind of like a rapid growth process, right, of the life cycle of what you would see like a seed starting to bloom, and they just start to crack open, and as they crack open, like this bright, blinding light shoots way up into the sky, like none of us can really see the end of it, and everybody has to kind of cover their eyes because it's so bright, and it starts to cause radiant aura to basically surround the genie as it attempts to do damage.
Cool. What color is it?
Like a bright white, like a light bright white with like just like a hint of blue. So it's a very bright color.
How's that?
How's what? Oh, yeah, that, but brighter, but that's good.
Yep,
We know
I'm
what that is.
gonna make it look cool. Hold on. One. How's that?
Yeah, that works.
And I'm assuming you're putting it there or like next to it, like here. Where are you putting it?
Just underneath him. Like, I wanted to make sure it's not hitting Orpheus, so like,
Yep.
Yeah, right
so
there.
a little bit down. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that token that you can move, because I think you can move this, right, on your turn.
I can move it on a turn with an action, yes.
See if you're able to move it now.
Yeah. Move it.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, on your turn you can move it around if you like. What
so
is
you
this?
have to
Is
make a
this save?
constitution. You have to make a constitution saving throw. You take a 2d10 radiant damage on a
10.
failed save.
10. Plus, what's his con modifier? Plus 5. So he made a 15. What happens on a save?
Let's see. You take
Half damage?
half as much damage. I'm assuming a genie doesn't count as a shapeshifter, right?
No, he is a large elemental.
So I take 4 damage.
Yeah. So it's just going to be half of the 2d10.
Yep. Again, the radiant damage strikes true. He's engulfed by this moonbeam. Again, is it every time that he starts a turn in this, he takes more damage?
It's when he starts in it or when he ends the turn in that spot. So
No,
I'm assuming
it says
he'll
on
take
each of
damage
your
now.
turns, you can use an action to move the beam.
Yeah,
So let's
he
see.
can take
So the
damage
spell
now,
ends.
and then whenever he finishes his next turn, if he's still standing in it, I believe he takes damage.
It's when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its
in
turn there.
So he's going to take this 4 damage when he starts his next turn. I'll
Well,
put it in
technically,
now.
he entered
but...
it the first time this turn.
It's
so
fine.
He takes the 4 now.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then
that
on
works.
his next turn, he'll take another 2d10.
Okay.
Or then he makes another save on his turn.
Yep.
Quick question for you though, Danger. Did the call lightning cloud disappear because you failed a constitution check or something?
He failed the Constitution check when Kahir and Valence attacked
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So Kahir and Valence, you guys were successful in disarming or breaking his concentration on the storm cloud. He rolled a 10. So yeah, he needed a 13.
Okay.
Actually, what level is it? You needed higher.
It's the DC is 5 plus the damage he took, so 5 plus the 7, so 12.
And he rolled a 10. Yeah, which is what I thought it was. I thought it was 13. It was 12. Okay, Traherne, anything else in your turn? You still have movement and possible bonus action.
No, I'm gonna end my turn.
You just staying there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Top of the order, Thorin, your turn.
So Thurin's gonna move up a little closer so he can get into the action, and he's kind of like shouting to the party, saying that since everyone else seems to be having fun, he's gonna join in, and he's he throws his sword down into the ground, and the same runes pop up that cast Sacred Flame against the genie, but then at the same time, I'm gonna also do a bonus action, and you're gonna see as he spikes the sword into the ground, the runes all light up onto the sword, and they all project out and form a circle right next to the Jin. And from the circle, you see the shape of a shield pop up with a sword going through and flames coming out from around side it, and the sword kind of almost like erupts out from the ground and it shoots up, and you have this flying ethereal sword right next to the genie casting spiritual weapon.
Is spiritual weapon an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, but as an
Okay.
action, you can make melee attacks.
Correct. It's
Okay, so you're not
you
doing the
make it-
melee attack, you're doing the sacred
Flip
flame
that.
and then also calling your spiritual weapon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Kahir, or Zeph, what were you saying? Okay.
The cast itself for the spirit is the bonus action.
Yeah.
So,
both
you should be
actions are
able-
bonus to cast it and to use it on its turn.
Got it. So you
That's
should be
cool.
able to drag spiritual weapon onto the map here. I created a quote-unquote character for it. So if you look on where you would find your character sheet, you should see something that says, yeah, there you go, and you can move it to wherever you pointed at.
That's cool.
Cool.
So many conjuring
What
things.
does this weapon look like?
So it almost looks like a mirror of the sword that I'm holding. You see this like elvish longsword with purple runes glowing, but you also see this purplish like aura glowing from around the sword itself, like almost as if it's like magically being held up by this mystical aura.
Awesome. I'm assuming you're picking back up your normal sword as well.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
And no, that's it.
Okay,
So
here.
I think I can't attack with it at the first go, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a bonus action to attack.
It's a
with
bonus
it.
action self. Yep.
Okay, here, your turn.
When you cast a spell, you get to make a melee spell attack as part of the summoning. So yes, you do.
Hold on. Thoran. PC Thoran. Cast a time, one bonus
when you
action,
cast a
create a
spell,
floating
yeah.
weapon. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against the creature with 5 feet of the weapon. Unfortunately, I think you already casted it. That would have been a miss. It was an 8, right?
It was an 8, yes.
So, miss regardless, but yes. Thanks, Zeph.
Yep.
Your turn.
All right. So on Kahir's turn, he's going to.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure you be careful with entering the column of light that Traherne put. So yeah, the column of light is here.
So
Yep,
I'll
you're
move my
good.
30 to there.
Yep.
As his action, he's going to, while he's running through, he's going to take out a javelin. And he's going to chuck it at the lamp.
At the lamp?
At the lamp.
You don't have to use a javelin. It's up to you though. If you're scared to touch it with your weapon, then that's fine. RP it that way. But you should be in range of hitting the lamp here. With your...
Yeah, we'll use the glaive.
Here.
Yeah.
For your glaive, I mean.
Yeah, we'll use the glaive. It's fine.
Yep, give me an attack roll.
16.
That is a hit. Roll me damage twice.
14 and 8, so 22.
22. As you hit this lamp, it does ricochet your glaive. However, the genie very much reacts to this as like, this is the weak point. You found it. He shimmers. His image kind of shimmers and shakes very quickly. A lot of the coalescing air around him reduces him in size as you deal. What was the total?
22.
22 damage to this thing. critical hit almost, basically. Minus 22. Oops, wrong thing. Again, he shakes his head very quickly. Looks really weird, like he shakes it so fast that like it blurs his head, and then fixes his eyes directly on you. He did not like that. Anything else?
Yeah, for my bonus action, I'm going to spin my glaive and hit the lamp
it.
again with the hilt.
Oh.
11.
11 is a miss.
Then I'm going to use my necklace, and I'm going to bring my glaive back around and use action surge to attack it again.
Oh my
Go for
god.
This is the reason for it.
And with this swing, he's going to look at the meet his gaze and be like, "You didn't like that, did you? Me know your weak spot," and bring his glaive down again. 14.
14 is not a hit.
Damn!
He very, very quickly parries, seeing that this is definitely coming in for his urn, his lamp, whatever this thing is. He very quickly brings the scimitar to meet your glaive. It was one off with his AC, so very quickly parries it with his and pushes you away, coming seemingly for you next. He did not like what you've done to his hole. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, just that
You
little
use your
taunt.
bonus,
and-
your action, and your movement. Yep.
Yep, I'm done.
Orpheus, you are now in melee range of this thing.
I would like to quickly pick up the arm.
Give me a athletics or a strength check. Roll very, very, very high.
You say, wait, what did you say?
Either just a straight strength check or athletics if you have proficiency in strength.
So,
Acrobatics will help you. This is a brute strength check.
Okay, so it's gonna be strength, right? It's the same for me, so. Wait, click the wrong one.
That's a save. You gotta do a strength check.
Oh wait, where is it at?
Click on strength itself on your ability score.
Oh, I click on the number and I clicked the wrong one. Got 20.
20! Everyone will witness Orpheus struggling to pick up this urn. So hard to pick it up. As he looks like he's about to give up. Ugh. Orpheus, you very, very hard to pick up. You're standing there. You lift it up just a little bit, about an inch off the floor. You're struggling to hold it. What would you like to do with it as you're holding this thing, struggling?
I would like to. Well,
Your
That's
movement
my
is now cut in half, by the way. As
okay.
you're, it's basically, I'm playing it as rough terrain. What do they call that? Rough terrain?
Difficult terrain, yeah.
Difficult terrain. I mean, you're now holding this thing that probably weighs more than you, and somehow still picking it up.
I would like to move closer to
You have half movement. So what is your full
Right.
speed?
35.
So now you have 20.
So I'd like to move right there.
Okay. You see the genie turn because you're pulling him, and this thing is staying there, and this is moving like so.
Attack of opportunity.
It's not leaving Kahir's threat range.
And now
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
drop it.
Didn't the genie get one against him? Orpheus.
No, he's basically dragging the genie. He's grappling with the genie at the moment. That's basically how I'm playing it.
And I want to drop it in the fire.
You attempt to drop it on the fire, however, it hovers over the fire.
Damn
You
it.
you can still hold on to it if you like, but you notice that as soon as you dropped it, it just hovered there. You can still grab onto it. You are technically grappling the genie at the moment, which gives advantage to everyone else trying to attack.
Okay, well, that I don't have any more action, so that be end of my action. That's the end of my
Yeah,
turn.
do me a favor. On the top right with the eye, look up grapple and tell me what the text says for grapple. It's going to be under conditions grappled. So I'll read it to you guys. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't be affected from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if a grappler is incapacitated. So if you go down, the grapple ends. The condition ends if the effect is removed. The grappled creature will. So yeah, why doesn't it tell us the actual grappling status, Zeph?
It is. That's all grappled is you're reducing his creature speed to 0, and it's opposed by opposing strength rolls.
I thought grapple means like it can't take any.
No, because it's not restrained. It's just
Yeah,
its speed is reduced.
restrain has attack rolls against creature have advantage.
Say that again?
Restrained gives attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage in combination to movement speed.
So I'll retract grapple, and the genie is currently restrained.
Okay.
Okay.
So that
This
means
is kind of a
speed is
special thing
0.
going on with this land.
Speed is 0. It cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed. The advantage disadvantage that I talked about, and then the creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yep. It is currently restrained.
Alright. So I'm just gonna hold it, and I was like, oh, this thing is so heavy. And then my turn.
Balance, your turn. You have advantage to attack.
Wah! I'm gonna move closer, and I'm going to Divine Smite.
What are you aiming for?
The lantern. Where is that at again?
Right in front of you.
On the
Orpheus is
ground?
literally holding it like this,
On my hand.
trying to hand it over to you almost.
I thought he said he dropped it.
He tried to
I-
drop it into the fire, but it just like bounced and like hovered in the air. Now he's grappling again. He's grabbing onto it still.
Oh, all right.
He's
well,
basically
I'm
restraining the creature for you guys. He's holding it.
I'm
there.
attacking. I'm attacking it with it in his hands. I'm attacking the lantern.
Okay, let's go for it. 20 is a hit.
Nice.
Roll me
Nice.
all the damages.
That's not as good.
What was the total?
5, 9, 16.
16 times 2 is what? 32?
Yes.
How would you like to kill it?
Oh man. Well, since somebody's holding it, so the same Divine Smite. Everything is instead of bringing it directly like as a thrust, I bring it over in an overhead slash and come down directly through it and sever it in a perfect line through it, and it just falls into 2 pieces.
You're talking about the lamp?
Yeah. I thought we were attacking. That was what
You are attacking the lamp, yeah, but you're
Yeah.
not able to destroy it.
I thought you
There's a
said.
reason for
I
it.
just destroyed it.
No, the creature is how do you kill the creature basically, not the actual lamp. I misspoke.
Oh.
You guys felled the creature, but the lamp, when you attack the lamp, the creature just basically is shaking and he's basically just gonna explode into air. But you can flavor it however you want how he dies.
So when I thrust the lance into the urn, you can see like the necrotic energy come up around him and then bind him and then just shatter him.
Yeah, absolutely. The genie
It's my thing.
looks over each of you as this epic hit is getting closer to the lamp. Very quickly looks at each of you, gives a nod to each of you, accepting that you passed this test, and explodes in a nice cool air. Actually, contrasts to this fiery cave or this fiery pit that you're currently in. A nice cool air comes over each of you, and the genie disappears. The lamp.
Does it get lighter?
Let me read you guys some things.
Yeah, it's really heavy here.
As the
No.
genie explodes, the nice cool air of wind and cooling sensation comes over each of you, contrasting to the heat radiating from this place. The lamp, the urn, pops out of your hands, Orpheus, where the genie was last stood, heading towards the center lava pit. Each of you, whoever is closest, so Kahir, Orpheus, and Valence, can roll a dexterity saving throw to see if they can get to it in time before it falls down into the lava pit. It is no longer floating, Orpheus, and it is super heavy. You are forced to let it go.
That's some solid fucking throws.
Orpheus, as you're watching this lamp, you are the closest one. You were originally holding it. You reach down as it's falling into the pit, and the lamp very quickly shrinks in size and becomes a ring. You're able to grab it. You
Can
now
I get
have
a
a ring
genie?
of the genie summoning. You can add that to your character sheet, and during your next long rest, you can look at it, try and understand it, possibly attune to it. The DC was 17, by the way, guys.
Oh.
I figured it was
So,
gonna be high.
yeah,
And I'm a genie warlock.
you're a genie in a bottle.
I was about to say no one rub the lamp, but it's not lamping.
Oh, I was touching it. Oh.
As Orpheus grabs this particular ring, Orpheus, you pull it back up, maybe show it to everyone or talk to everyone. Again, battle is over. And we are. Let's actually take another quick short break, and then we'll finish up the session for tonight.
I got a ring right here.
Yeah. So
There you
another
go.
quick 5-minute break. I got to use the restroom, and we'll start back up at 9:45. We'll come to the conclusion of this episode, and then yeah, that'll be it for tonight. Congratulations, guys.
I'm just gonna say, it's
Let me know when we're live.
We're good.
All right, welcome back, guys. I didn't use the restroom, but it's fine. We were talking about scenarios that would have happened. Obviously, this is we're getting close to the end of the episode. However, you guys are in this plane of existence at the moment. Doran, you keeping your spirit weapon up?
No, I'll put it away.
Are you sure? So I'll give you guys some context as to why I say this. Traherne, though, your spell does end. I think it only lasts a minute, correct?
Yeah.
So is the spirit weapon though.
Well, the spirit sword only lasts a minute as well.
Yeah, this is a little bit different though, because it is a magical thing. I mean, you guys can both keep them out for a moment as I explain your surroundings. So at the moment, you guys are in a weird place of existence. The runic circle that brought you guys here is no longer present. It is hot as hell, and there are beams and columns of light all around you that box you into this place. It doesn't look like there's an exit. If you guys are inspecting around, you guys can roll inspection checks, tell me what you're looking at. If you're touching anything, let me know. I don't need this, so I'm going to leave this out. The genie did have a thing where he can trap you in a ring of air. He would have held you in the center. You guys would have taken some fire damage. He didn't do that. He didn't even have the opportunity to. So, yeah. Doran, you see your investigation sucks, but you see the same urn or the same golden thing, the golden serpent. That's all you can work out at the moment. But you're bringing your spirit weapon over.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
That's going to use the spirit weapon to hit the golden urn that's standing on top of there.
Okay. I'll let you know in a second. Traherne, you see the same golden.
I'm investigating the beam.
Mm-hmm. The beam.
Yeah, I want to see.
It has a low hum to it. It is emulating, or is definitely coming out of the serpent's mouth, but expanding as it came out to engulf this whole area. Are you doing anything to the beam other than inspecting it? As Doran is bringing his weapon over to poke out the golden serpent.
No, I'll wait.
You poke at the golden serpent. Nothing happens. It pings. Ping.
We do have the spell to warp out here, guys.
I'll slip.
Good time slip. Is there anything else in the area though that we want to?
I mean, technically we do.
I'm gonna poke the beam.
With what?
My hand.
The problem is if we slip, we end up in the other.
I have to react to this. Kahir, are you still raging? Actually, it doesn't matter. You are reduced to 1 HP.
No,
as a huge column of lightning shoots out from the beam and shocks the shit out of you. It is an instant down to 1 HP. Even if you're raging, it's not like you're going to be resistant to this. It is a magical effect, basically enclosing anything that's in here to basically stay here. If you poke it again, it's just going to bring you back to 1 HP. It's just going to keep shocking you. But eventually, if you continue to poke it, it will bring you back to. It will eventually pull you down to 0.
So as it envelops him and brings him down, he's gonna like immediately start to stagger and fall backwards onto the ground, and he's just gonna kind of with this pained look in his eye, he's gonna look at Orpheus and go, "Maybe we should do it, kid. Say that hurt."
Everyone would have witnessed this. You guys also would have heard this loud lightning strike. Kahira definitely twitching a little bit, probably from the shock.
So Orpheus came over, bent down, look at him, and I was like, I was gonna say, can some of you guys come and help him? But then I turned to Kahira, I was like, you could just pick up one of those things on the floor and throw at the light, you know. And I
Thorin,
point
at the
đầu
same
on.
time, your spirit weapon disappears. It's been 1 minute.
I did a
Coulda, shoulda,
perception
woulda.
check just to kind of like look around and see if there's anything worth anything.
Valen was like,
Yeah,
he
again,
hurt. It's fine.
I mean, I'm sure if you tried to bring down one of these serpents, they'd probably be very expensive. Looks to be made out of gold. But as you witness from Kahir, touching these beams or possibly anything connected to these beams would not be good.
Right.
Well, first I'll cure wounds on Kahir.
What level?
You have to click
You
it.
now have
Um,
higher level slots, so
click
you can
that.
pick what level. I believe you have up to level 2 at the moment.
Yeah.
And
I'll
Kahir,
use.
how fucked up do you look? I mean, you're down to 1 HP, but I don't know if you.
Instead of bleeding out, because it's not like from weapons or anything, this is like a magic lightning effect. It has like parts of his like chest hair and some of the tips of his brown locks are kind of like still jolting with lightning and singeing. The hair on his chest is kind of like glowing red, like they're still burning like incense, and his body is just dark and charred, like he was roasted over a spit.
Yeah, I mean, that's. You get struck with that kind of lightning, that's gotta hurt.
Can I heal him?
Yeah, so Trahern's gonna try. He
Okay.
wanted to do cure wounds first.
Okay.
Let's see how effective, and then if you want to continue to assist. With
I'm just gonna
healing, yeah.
use a level 1 because I want to save.
No, click.
Is that it?
No, go
No.
to the
No,
other
you
one.
gotta-
Another sheet.
Yeah, go to your
The
spells sheet, and then
I get one of those. There you
click
go.
on it, and then level 1.
Click it. Yeah,
Oh, I gotta
yeah,
click.
yeah. 5.
5. You regain 5 HP.
6
Again,
hairs have
Trahern,
gone out.
As I as I go to put my hand on him,
Oh.
one of my bracelets just like hooked to him like a magnet because he's electrically charged.
Yeah. Also, so I think you've explained how cure wounds looks before. You know, you have some plant life that grows around and
Yeah, it
assists
comes
with this
up and
healing.
like yeah.
As the plant life grows up or grows upwards, it very quickly goes on fire. It is so hot in here, which probably affected some of your magics as well.
Yeah, so
At least that's what you would think.
I'll let Valen do his thing and then I'll
So it
do.
does heal him or it doesn't heal him?
I mean, it does. He still gets 5. I'm just RPing because it was such a low number.
Okay.
So I walk over. I kind of like start rubbing my hand a little bit, and my hand starts to glow with radiant power. As I place it on Kahir,
It
it
doesn't
starts
glow
to.
at radiant this time. It is black as night.
Oh,
I was gonna do that. I was gonna do something.
It's not radiant anymore.
Oh, okay. I was gonna like switch it to like it started as radiant, and then I touched him and I pulled the necrotic. Used necrotic.
Yeah.
to pull.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. I assumed we talked about that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you forgot, but yes, you could.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, disregard.
So I placed my hand on him, over the, on his chest, and then as my hand touches, all the magic around my hand switches to kind of the necrotic look around my spear, and I start pulling my hand away, and like all of as I do this, his body starts to heal. As I'm pulling basically all the negative energy out of his body, and it healed him for 15.
damn.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good healing.
here, you have Trahern who touches your back, heals a little bit of
Excited
the burns. You have Valence who places a hand on your chest and begins to pull back. As you can see, like the burns and the damage that was done is actually pulled into his palm in a black like smoke. It almost looks like instead of healing, he's removing the negative effects of this damage. But it's still healing it, right? In a sense, he's removing those burns, removing those negative effects, almost reversing the damage done rather than healing. But yeah, you regain now a total of 20 with between Trahern and Valence's healing.
So,
Looking much better, I think.
Yeah, he's now he looks almost half, or just a little over half. He's looking much better. He's significantly less charred. The hair on his head and chest are no longer glowing, but are still kind of like withered a
smoking
little bit and a
yeah.
little smoky, but they're not glowing red anymore.
The smell though. Got like burn fur.
Orpheus, your mage hand has expired, by the way. But if you
Oh
want
no,
to
no.
cast it, you can.
I
until
cast
you
it.
get-
So what I wanna do is like I'm gonna pick up the urn right here. Right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the knife again, cut on my hand again, pour some blood in there, use the main hand,
Mhm.
bring it up to the serpent, and dump the blood on the serpent.
Okay. Two things happen. One, the blood hits the serpent, and the blood is shocked and just goes up in smoke. So it just dissipates, almost like just evaporates. Also, the whatever you picked up, the small urns over here, what it was connected to also gets shocked. Give me a dexterity saving throw as it flies past you. You're just able to get out of the way as it shoots across and lands in the lava over here and burns.
Yikes!
Can I do a investigation to look what's in the pots that I'm standing next to?
Sure. The only covered one, which is the one right in front of you, has 50 gold pieces inside of it.
I will take that.
Wait,
I just.
what about there's
The
another
rest of
one
them
next to
are
it?
open, and if you inspect each one, the rest of them are empty.
Oh.
The only covered one was the one directly in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Can I just secretly
Very
pocket
good.
the money?
Always
or
do
did everybody
inspection
see
checks
me
on things
open
around
it?
you guys. Say that again?
I was like, can I take all 50 pieces, or did they see me take it?
Is anyone looking at you?
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it, and if you guys want to roll something, you can. But
yeah, Thorin is possibly looking at you. I don't know. It's up to you guys if you're looking at him.
I was still looking at the force field, trying to figure out how to get through it.
Do I?
You want me to roll a perception or something?
Yeah, are you actively watching him? I mean, you can hear jingling, as he's counting the gold that's falling out of there.
Yeah, like we'd probably hear something. That's why I was asking if we'd do a perception.
You can.
I took each
it's
piece
right
quietly,
next to you.
one
There's
by
no
one.
way you would not see it if you are drawing attention to it.
We're like
Unless
2
you're
feet away
Thorin,
from him.
who doesn't really give a shit and he's looking at this stuff in front of him. Yeah, you definitely saw it.
Nope.
Unless you're trying to hide it, Traherne, you have to tell me if you're trying to hide it and doing a stealth check.
I'm gonna do a stealth check.
All right, do a stealth check.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. So I like
you
awkwardly.
move pretty fucking quick though. You're like jiggling and putting it in and mixing the gold.
I have it like, and as I'm pulling it back, I just look and we make eye contact. I'm very suspicious. And I'm just like, I found some gold.
So Kahir, just like after the brief exchange, and he feels a little better. He kind of stretches out his muscles. He immediately plops down where he's at and starts chanting and casting the slip. And he goes, "I'm going. You can come with me if you want."
Well, since
Wait,
the
what?
slip takes 10 minutes, I'm just gonna top you off real quick, and I just kind of put my hand on you and just cast healing word, and then go. Okay, let's go.
Sweet, another 5.
I do the thing.
Do
I mean,
what
I'm
thing?
already standing right next to him. The same thing. The leaving.
Yep.
We're
Traherne and Orpheus are obsessed with these serpents, though. So the magic is you guys again begin to touch the crystal. I'm assuming Valence, you took out the crystal so that everyone can either touch it or touch you, as you're focusing your energies on the crystal to begin this ritual. However, without the rest of the group, the ritual doesn't start. You don't feel like you're able to begin this ritual. It doesn't feel like it's working. Obviously,
Are you talking about the slip?
Everyone to connect. Yes.
Yes.
Do I see? Does this serpent look like it can be rotated
No.
on its position? Okay.
No, everything looks like it's connected together specifically to keep you guys in here. And very obviously, Orpheus tried to, do something to the serpent, even just touching it caused a shock to go off. Doran's weapon did hit it, and even though it's, it doesn't actually have HP or anything, there was no shock to it. But again, it doesn't have any HP or any. It's a spirit weapon. It wouldn't affect that. But again, Thorin, it pinged off. It didn't do any damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, I don't think we can do anything about it. We should just sleep out, guys. And then I take my crystal out. My pieces out. I think we have to touch each
do
other,
you
right?
touch the book? Is the crystal underneath the book?
Yes.
Okay, roll me D100.
I have a small bags. Oh my god.
In
I mean, every time
before
you go into your
our
bag,
last
I'm assuming
fireball.
you touch the book.
Wait, that's the same one I wrote last time. Did I? I don't know.
67.
I swear to God, if I die.
Roll me 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me a D4.
Oh.
I'm right next to him. What the hell?
You're between me and him this time.
So
I'm safe.
1 is Kihir, 2 is Valence, 3 is Thorin, 4 is Traherne. Traherne!
Well, this is gonna cause some problems for Ben tonight.
I knew I liked my corner. I like my corner over here.
Everyone sees Traherne become huge, enlarged.
Whoa!
Okay. How
Traherne,
large-
You are now double your size. I believe that's what the spell enlarge does, right?
How
Or
Yes,
Val-
it- Yeah, it takes you up one step. So since he's medium sized, he now is large. His weight doubles.
yeah, you're basically double
His
size.
entire body mass doubles, and his weight becomes 8 times that of what it was.
how
Would it
much
be
larger am I?
investigation check, or because this is the second time now that Orpheus, something weird has happened since when Orpheus reaches the end of the bag. So I want to do a check to see if I can figure out what's going on. Would that be investigation or Arcana?
You do either one of them though. Traherne, you are this way for 1 hour.
I got something to do after he does his.
Okay.
Meat dog,
Uh,
meat big.
Well,
There you
it-
go.
Roll an investigation for Traherne. Are you looking
Yeah,
at yourself?
He had his
No,
math
I was
expanded.
I was looking for something I'm about to do. Just finish Thurin first.
Thorin, Arcana. I mean, obviously he's casting something. Without the detect magic spell, you can't tell exactly what's happening. You've probably seen enlarge at some point in your travels. The spell itself, probably what this is. It doesn't look like Traherne got harmed per se. He just looks like he's double in size. Got really tall for some reason, and with the Arcana check, you could. Again, it's hard. Without doing a detect magic spell, it's very hard to see where this source is coming from. However, the only person that actually moved and wasn't concentrating on the crystal was Orpheus, because he was going to get his crystal.
Alfie,
So
I
he was
just
the only one moving at the moment.
Alfie, I just look at your hand and surprise, in awe, because he didn't know what happening.
Orpheus, you do successfully bring out the crystal, though.
Yeah, I was just like,
Traherne's like, well, this is interesting.
Well, this is interesting.
And I'm looking like
You have a
down
much
at the
deeper
group.
voice at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could try, but
Yeah, give us that deep voice there, Traherne.
Well, this is
yeah, everything in double size, so
Huh?
give us that deep voice.
Yeah. So, what I'm wanting to look at is my size relative to this beam. Is it something that I can reach over at my size now?
No, so it goes all the way up and around. Like, it
Okay.
encloses you guys.
It's a
like a
wall.
cube. Yeah.
Okay.
Think of you guys are inside of like an ice cube, almost.
Okay.
Except it's electric.
Alright.
Thurin
So
stares at Traherne. Is like, so another one of your shapeshifting gone wrong, huh?
Yeah.
He's a lot less hairy this time.
so I just try to ignore the situation and try to pretend it didn't happen and say, okay, we're gonna sleep, right? I'm
Yes,
ready.
Now that this cage match
Yeah.
is over, can we please go?
Doran, do you say
Trahern says the third. You think this is big? You haven't
No.
seen my anaconda yet.
Yeah, I just keep it to myself.
Say that.
I mean, he can't transform into an anaconda. I don't think he was talking about it. I mean, you guys can interpret that how you want. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna
You guys all
cast the
focusing on the
sleep
crystals, or is anyone trying to understand why Doran just turned into a giant?
No, I'm started
sorry,
keep casting.
I keep
I'm
it to
started
myself.
casting.
This is the slowest
I mean,
slip.
he did transform into a direwolf before, so
Yeah.
Just assume that he's malleable.
I'm just
Eventually,
gonna
we're gonna try to like stuff him in a box at some point and see what happens.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Show off."
all right. So
And
you guys are
casting.
concentrating on the crystal. I'm assuming you guys are sitting here for 10 minutes, maybe talking about stuff, maybe wondering where you guys are going to slip to. Have you guys talked about it or thought about that?
You guys do.
Currently, you guys
I
did
just
work out
hope
that you're in
this
Terra.
time me not
I
get
didn't-
carrots up me ass.
I didn't know if we don't get to choose where we teleport, do we?
It goes to the other world, so we're not
At
gonna
this
end up
point-
anywhere.
Yeah, you guys haven't.
But we don't know where we're
Which
at.
world does it go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? What world are we in right now? We don't even know.
Terra. Oh, right
Yeah,
now. Oh, yeah.
You just
No,
you,
'cause we got
you
teleported
personally
already.
Knew that.
I knew.
Oh
what-
yeah.
We got
Meaning, like,
teleported.
the plane of existence.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
could be a
and-
completely tertiary place.
At
Hold on
this
one second.
point,
Hold on.
inside of your head, yeah.
Are you guys aiming to go to a specific place?
Well, inside of your head, he only think about like Aldrich, Daddy, because of the book. But so
Okay.
I'm in the back of my mind. Do I recall or do I remember us needing to go find the elder gnomes?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
totally.
Because I'm definitely thinking about heading there.
I'm just thinking about the gold reward, so me want to go back and talk to Old Man Piff.
Okay.
Oh
Sharon,
yeah,
What are you thinking
money.
about?
I'm thinking about going back to town to deliver the samples to the doctor.
And
Okay.
Lizette. Lizette crosses my mind too.
Made my roll.
and the barmaid, and the barmaid.
I have
That's
made my
Lizette.
roll.
I'm
Um,
thinking of the Draco Lich. So.
Oh god, don't roll him.
Well, I've already made my roll. You were talking about the elder gnomes, correct? Before,
I was, yeah.
or Valence as well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There's two
at one
people
point.
that said the elder gnomes, right?
Sure, I'll go along with that.
I mean, you do. Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you guys
I
talk
gotta-
about this though? Meaning, like, should we try and concentrate, go someplace, or you guys are just thinking about this to yourselves?
I thought since I'm the one that casting, I can talk, right?
Everyone is
They do the-
casting. One person has to stay silent.
Yeah, so I'm the one that do staying silent. I'm just thinking about Aldrich in my head, so I'm not saying anything.
Where? Okay, then I'll ask the question. So where do we want to go? Where do like after here? Where are we going?
Main objective is to find the gnomes, the elder gnomes. That's where I would be
Methinks we
going.
should at least give closure to Timothy's wife and collect our
That's
reward.
agreed. It probably would be
We-
best to go back to the village to at least return.
But you're not wrong. We need to talk to Elder, whatever word you say.
We
You
should
guys remember,
inform-
it does take 2 full days for these crystals to regain their teleporting powers.
So
So if you go back to, or thinking to yourselves or talking to yourselves, if you guys go back to this village, you're going to be stuck there another 2 days.
well, we can still explore outside of the town in maybe a different direction, correct? During those 2 days. So,
As you
tough call.
guys are proceeding with this conversation, again, the dice has already been rolled. But you guys can talk about it, trying to understand. Maybe if you guys concentrate hard enough, you can go to a place specifically in the other world, right? So it's always going to be the other worlds moving forward. You guys have that knowledge already. So if you're in Terra, you're always going to go to Niflheim. If you're in Niflheim, you're always going to go to Terra. However, you're trying to understand these magics, trying to understand how these crystals work, thinking and talking about, hey, can we concentrate hard enough to where we can go to a specific place in one of these worlds? Is it possible? You guys will find out as we move forward. This is the end of today's session. However, I will bring you guys to where you teleport to. For those of you that do not teleport first, so there will be one person first who appears, and then the rest of you will appear in order, in a specific order. So everyone who is not teleported first will either have to watch a stream or Traherne. You'll be able to see all the other characters because I believe I gave you access to that. However, Kahir, you are the first to land in the new place.
Ooh, let's hope it's not with
Fairfield,
carrots.
Fairfield.
Welcome to
On top
Chapter
of that
3
carrot.
preview. The Great Forest, the Gnomes, West Outpost.
Need to see the gnome.
Oh man,
Ah.
he's squeaky.
Dang it.
Kahir, you land by yourself. You look up, it's dark out. You look around you, you can hear the sounds of wildlife. You are by yourself at the moment.
Oh, thank God. Oh, Charlotte, you bless me. No carrots. Thank you.
And it is not hot out, it's actually quite cool out.
I start
Maybe like
patting the
a
chest,
spring-
getting the
spring
char
night.
off his hair. And he looks around. He's like, "Hey guys, where you
Roll your
be?"
perception check. You guys get to go to 10:30?
Yeah,
Eastern?
that's fine.
18. You hear and see two different things. First, you hear some rustling of brushes to the north. Let me get my ruler out. In this direction, you hear some rustling of bushes, brush. A very low humming growl. And then to your direct left, you hear a voice. It says, "Hey, be careful. There's stuff around here." I'm not going to turn on the voice changer because I already closed it.
That sound like
Who
it.
said that? We not recognize that voice. Who dare? Show yourself.
Shh. Quiet. This is Blink Dog territory. Do you want to wake them?
Fine. Show yourself. Who
You
talking
might
to
want
me?
to. You might want to get some cover. They probably saw you already. As he says, they probably saw you already. The next person will come in. Let's see. Who hasn't rolled a lot today? Thorin, roll me 1d4. Orpheus, Traherne, Thorin, and Valence in order is 1 through 4. So Thorin, roll me a d4. And tell me what the number is.
2.
2 is Traherne. Traherne's big ass size comes in.
Oh no.
I'm regular size. There we go.
In the water?
Right behind Kahir.
Oh.
Pop! You fall to the floor. Your big ass hits the ground and makes a little sound. The voice to your left, Kahir, says, "Oh, what is that?" As you see the big form of Traherne behind you. And again, you hear rustling of bush and again a humming growl. Much closer this time. In this
Kahir,
direction.
Kahir whispers, "Hit me, friend." Shh. And then he turns to Traherne and he just holds up a finger. Shh. And I'm gonna take it like a 10-foot step towards the bushes that's talking to me.
Yep, it's in this direction. As you enter the bush, you will see the following figure. I'll give you a handout. Traherne, same thing. You definitely hear the growling. You don't hear the bush rustling. You also don't hear the voice in the other bush. But here, as you enter the bush, you see the following person. Thing. I don't think you've ever met a gnome before. You're a human.
Your hunt
You see this
has,
guy?
right? See you from that world.
He goes.
Holy name!
He goes. "Hey, my name's Wedge. You shouldn't be over here. This is Alpha Dog Blink territory. They're gonna see us. We need to move." And as he says we need to move, is where we're in today's session as the Blink Dog appears in front of you guys, and you'll need to roll initiative on the beginning of the next session.
Can you pronounce his last name?
I cannot pronounce it, neither can he in common. It is a gnomish last name, and I will show you his token on the map if I can click on it. Hang on 1 second.
Killa Jang Jen's long foot trope.
Oh,
I
a
will
bling
pronounce it in a
dog.
moment.
A bling
Hold on.
dog.
His last
Oh.
name is Killa Jaggins Longfoot Bottom, or something like that.
Long foot
Foot rope.
rope.
Longfoot Rope. There we go.
Killer Jenkins,
Frodo.
long foot rope.
I'm gonna call him Frodo.
His name is Wedge.
Bling dog. That's annoying
I'm
one. That's
gonna
the one
call
that
him,
can
what the fuck are you?
That's the one that can teleport, right? Bling dogs.
Yeah, I think so.
Hang on 1 second. I'll describe Wedge. I think I have a written out description. A gnomish fighter, only 3 feet tall, carries what he calls a greatsword, but is clearly just a long sword. He holds it 2 hands, and looks way too heavy for him. He has reddish short hair. Looks quite young to be a soldier. Maybe he's a scout or something. And that's where we'll end today's session as you meet Wedge and you guys enter combat with Blink Dog number 1.
Uh-oh.
Thank you all
Yes.
for playing. Excellent session. You guys did a lot today. Went through a nice puzzle, defeated a boss easily. I was actually quite scared for that boss. He had a lot of stuff up his sleeve, but didn't even get a chance to really do anything. So, congratulations. Welcome to Chapter 3. Finally moving on in the storyline.
Your storyline.
And again, you guys did very, very, very well. Very proud of you guys. We'll pick back up next week. Thank you all for watching and playing. And have a good night, everyone.